teamwork, through having a support network of people to help you throughout the entire process. Everybody in every Founder Institute cohort
But the benefit of the program is, you have the mentors to handhold you, to guide you, CEO mentors, who will give them advice based on experiential knowledge. And so, it's always very, very, very exciting to see those who can really, go through this program and succeed. Some of their colleagues from past cohorts are also scattered in here amongst us. So congratulations once again. Okay. So yeah, okay. So the program is hard. Weekly, sessions and the sprints, and of course it shakes you up, and no matter, we also have a new track. So we have some who have like said, okay, we have an MVP already. What are we coming to learn? But it's never 100%. That's the truth. It's never 100%. And so that's why even the big companies today, they still continue to do the R&D, research and development, the marketing, the sales, and all that is needed to make sure they are sustained in their businesses.
stand up, stand up. All the champions, all the champions, stand up. All the champions, all the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up. All the champions, all the champions, stand up.
So congratulations. So these are the guys. I think their pictures will start popping up one after the other now. So next slide. That's Abdul, Simply Finance. They will pitch and tell us their idea. So a fintech solution. Mm. Shelma has a legal tech solution. Tokbe market research solution. Toby has a marketplace for creative professionals. And Suleiman does Isusu Tech. Hmm? We all know Isusu, so let's call it Isusu Tech. And Oyemani does beauty. She's a beauty technician. So if you want to look natural, that's it. So she has a marketplace for that. And Mohammed Shamsuddin also EdTech solution with leveraging AI. Next, Dinisoft. And Michael Emmanuel, oil and gas, has a marketplace for, trading oil and gas. And Joel also is a creative tech marketplace for creatives, equipment, rentals, purchases, and all of that. And those will be real estate tech, providing real data so that persons and individuals are able to select standard apartments. Christopher, also fintech solution. And Babatunde Balogun, also not market research, now research intelligence. Yes, that's what he's doing. And Asataura is an EdTech solution. Abu. And Emmanuel is also an EdTech solution. He joined us from the US. So these are the mentors who they interacted with. All of these mentors mentored them in the past 4 months. I'm not sure, usually in the brochure we'll put their names, but some of the faces are familiar. So you can see Tommy Davis, a whole lot of these people are all, big time entrepreneurs doing different things. And so we have the privilege of having them mentor them. So thank you, mentors, and also thank you, sponsors of our event. So this is our team putting things together. Then we have entrepreneurs in residence as well, also helping us, and some of our partners, different serving us in different ways, both legal, financial, and all. And then we have an annual gathering called Founder X, which holds once in the year in Silicon Valley. And it's for alumni, mentors, investors, and local leaders. And that brings us all together under one roof. And so the touch point is, to Silicon Valley is strong at this gathering. Like the last one, we had about 300 investors under one roof. So the founder who went with us from Nigeria, had very, very good conversations, and, a lot of stuff is, happening. So FI Abuja Cohort 7 graduation, these are the new portfolio companies that we have. Congratulations once again. Yeah. Well done, well done, well done. And so what is next? We have another cohort in the offing, which starts in October, where we're ready to take in new talents to help. And so why are we doing this? Innovation, technology, entrepreneurship. If we want to get out of the woods, we have to tie the three together: technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. And I think this is a good time for all of us, because I think the innovation bug has hit the country, has hit the government too is everywhere is innovation. So, and you want to get into that space because we have a country to build. And like I said, it's through entrepreneurship, but there's a pathway to follow. There's where you go to acquire the knowledge and the skills. You want to accelerate. You keep accelerating. Like I said, in FI, we have all kinds of labs accelerating because you need the right knowledge under mentorship. It's not devoid of mentorship because our own modus or methodology here is you just learn, and then vomit, rote learning. No, it doesn't work that way. You need people who have the experience, to guide you. So, and like we say in our pidgin English, you say, follow who know road. Abi, follow who know road. So the template we use in FI is that template that all the like Zuckerbergs of this world, this is the model. This is the model. So don't, start running around in different directions. Just come and follow the template and you'll get great results. Today we are in this hub, Cannes Park. We are deliberate about what we do. This park this hub belongs to Khalil. Khalil, who is the DG of Naseni. So Khalil is an alumni of Founder Institute Abuja. He was in Cohort 1. So his product was Sharp, logistics solution, mail delivery and all of that, parcel delivery. Okay, so he was one of our very good founders and also raised funding. So the program works. So we have lots and lots and lots and lots of testimony. JD Lab is here, Abu. Okay, we'll give you a chance to also share your exploits later, And so today we have Khalil. He's executive vice chairman of where? Naseni, All of this knowledge, all of this has also helped in bringing him into that office, which he will also deploy. So for us, it's like having a round peg in a round hole, because we know that, with that kind of support, this whole ecosystem will, grow and scale, in leaps and bounds the way we want it. So we thank everyone. We thank you all for being here to support the new grads and celebrate their success and their journey. We are most grateful. Please, a round of applause for them and also for yourselves. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to our keynote speaker who is also here. We met at a reception held by the U.S. ambassador. Yes, U.S. ambassador residence. That was where we met. And we just had some conversation and he said, I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing. And he's the SSC on international cooperation. So it's important that we understand how, we engage internationally. And this is our product here that we're building, our global brands. And so he's going to speak to that and also, share more on, government programs and, perspectives on how they can help all of us scale innovatively so that Nigeria, sits at its rightful place, in the Committee of Nations. So thank you, sir. You're very, very welcome. And MC, over to you. I think I can take my seat. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so it looks like it's only the founders that are clapping. I'd like everybody to give her a round of applause. Yeah, so I was with her and another founder a week ago, And I told her that just imagine what it will feel like in a few years from now. You'll be working with Dangote, another Dangote, and another Adenuga by your side. That is the caliber of who she is. You know that, right? If you don't know what is going on here, I would like you to pay close attention because there's a lot happening with Founder Institute, and I need you to be a part of it. I've been in different ecosystems or in different community, in the scientific community, in business community, but when I joined this community, it's something different. And I have so much hope and confidence that the needed change we need in Nigeria will be formed, framed, and manifested with this community. If you believe that, please put your hands together. My name is Emeka Ibechidi. I am in Cohort 4, and so I know how you feel like right now. You know, your head is buzzing. You're thinking about your pitches. Don't worry, you do well. All right. Okay, so before we go on, we are being hosted by the Cannes Park, and it's truly a privilege to be here. This is my second time coming here, and it's always phenomenal, the thinking that has gone into putting this place to what it is. And to tell us more about the Cannes Park, please put your hands together as we make welcome to the stage, Ashley. Please, a round of applause for her, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to officially welcome you to the Cannes Park. My name is Ashley Best, the Community and Partnership Manager for the Cannes Park. The Cannes Park is a co-working and sustainable innovation hub that is tailored towards building communities, innovation for African youths. That's the vision behind the Cannes Park. And that's why all our programs and projects are tailored towards this initiative. For example, our village showcase that is tailored towards critiquing ideation and prototype stages of startups in various sectors. And let's get market ready and also be aware of how viable their MVP is for the market. We also have the Cypher, which is aimed at empowering women business owners in Abuja with digital skills. We have the Women Can program aimed at empowering social entrepreneurs. We have a lot of programs aimed at empowering youths, the female in the digital sector, and also for economic empowerment. We have our co-working space that's actually home to startups, SMEs, and entrepreneurs, and we offer various services. One key service we offer actually is community building and networking for all our co-workers. And we do hope that from this program, we get to see more of you in our co-working space and also our product and programs as well. Thank you for being here with us.
So I had the singular privilege of being in the room with the founder of this place. And it was a phenomenal experience. So I learned a lot of things from Founder Institute. And then he came and made one of the most amazing slides I've ever seen. Lines, as in you just see a few lines on his slide, and he sold the point. And he said this was how he used and pitched his idea abroad and got the funding you talked about. Phenomenal. No pictures, no images, just lines. And truly, by the time he was done, I said, I know why you want this thing. All right. So every time I come and I see the creativity in this place, it just tells me that a lot goes into thinking into the things we have created. And I look forward that by the time you're all done with your ideas, Nigeria would, in fact, all those that have jackpot will jackpot. They'll just be coming down. All right. Now, next on our program is a speech by the Regional Success Manager of Founder Institute. And I'd like you to put your hands together as we welcome Ivan Jamanov as he gives us.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to know if you're hearing me well, because I'm speaking from quite far away. I'm here in Sofia, Bulgaria, so welcome, and I'm honored to be part of this graduation, of this celebration. First of all, congratulations to all the founders there. Actually, I've been in your shoes not so long ago. I'm an alumni from the program, and I congratulate you for being so I'm searching for the right word. So willing to continue with the program because I know what it takes and how many sleepless hours and how many times you've been probably close to the dropout button, but you didn't press it. I know also that it's very hard to build a startup because it's like building a Lego block. However, each 20 minutes, everyone changes the blocks and the parts you're building with. And each hour, actually what you are building is changing. You start building a tiger, then it turns out to be a ship, then it turns out to be a boat. And every time you just need to continue and not lose your motivation. And I believe that this was a quote from a very famous person. I think it's a quote from Churchill. Is like, success is going from one failure to another without losing motivation. And that's exactly what entrepreneurship is. You're going to have a lot of failures, but right now, be very happy with this success because it's a big success being on this ceremony and graduating from Founder Institute. And all the best to you. I mean, I believe that whatever you started here is going to lead to a great leap in you personally, because the most important thing you're learning here is the entrepreneurial mindset. Don't fall in love with your ideas because they're going to change, but fall in love with the entrepreneurial mindset and with the entrepreneurial way of thinking, because this is the one thing that's actually going to push you forward and help you outreach your own capabilities. So have a great graduation, and thank you so much. I'm honored to be part of this event. Thanks so much for the to the whole team for inviting me.
Yeah, so it's indeed a pleasure to be here. This is the 15th year of Founder Institute. Isn't that exciting to have started a company that has lasted 15 years? Where were you when you were 15 years ago? Where were you? Who was in primary school? Let me see. Anybody in primary school? Oh, you were in primary school? Oh, really? Wow. Okay, so I'll tell you a joke. There's this young lady who came home one day and then told her parents that she has missed her period for 2 months. And of course, the parents were sad. We're like, you know how every parent will be sad. What's going on? And then they went and conducted a pregnancy test, and then they found out that she was pregnant. And with anger, they asked her, who is responsible for this pregnancy? And then she took her phone and called somebody. In 30 minutes' time, a Ferrari just parked in front of the house. Oh, you already know the story. And then a very well-to-do man, just elderly man, walked in with his suit and got in. And then, of course, in the sitting room was now the father, the mother, the girl, and this man. And the man said, oh, I was just told about the problem. But the thing is, right now, I can't marry your daughter. But if she gives birth to a daughter, I'll give her $2 million and some factories to manage. And then if she gives birth to a son, I'll give him about $5 million and a couple of factories. And then if they are twins, they'll get double of all that. But if there's a miscarriage and then she loses the baby, what should we do? Guess what the father did? He turned to the man and said, try again. All right? That is what happens when money is speaking. You're supposed to be laughing now. Why are you not laughing? That's a joke, so you just laugh. All right. Now, we've had the regional success manager of Founder Institute give us a speech. He's been an FI from 2019, and he has spoken to us from the headquarters about what Founder Institute is all about and his plans and his intentions that when we start up our projects, we'll succeed. And now we'll be moving on to the next agenda, which is our keynote address. Our first keynote address is going to be taken by our special guest of honor, the senior special advisor to the president, the Federal Republic of Nigeria for international cooperation. It's always exciting to call that name, Senior Special Advisor. And then to have them here, hi, it's such an honor. How do you feel having a senior special advisor, not the special advisor, senior special advisor? The amount of wisdom they carry. And he's a multi-skilled public policy, international development expert in global affairs, communication and strategy execution. And for over 20 years, he's been developing all kinds of things in Africa and Europe, as well as US. And we're going to be hearing a lot about how our projects can find international relevance. I'd like you to put your hands together as we make welcome no other person but Mr. Dapo Oyewole. Please, a round of applause for him. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, my dear brother. And that title might sound like it's a very big, massive title. I assure you it is not. There are bigger titles like MC for the day. Well, a very good afternoon, everybody. It's an honor, a delight, and a pleasure to be here. And my sister, you've done a really brilliant job. Are you a Christian? She's a very good Christian, because in the Bible, it says, go forth and multiply. And when you look around this room, you definitely have multiplied. I wear a different hat other than SSA, and that is as chairman of the Legislative Mentorship Initiative. This is an initiative that was founded when the current chief of staff to the president was the speaker. I served as a special advisor on international affairs then. And one of the things that happened is I've had the pleasure and the honor and the privilege of being a fellow of quite a number of prestigious institutions, the Aspen Fellowship, the Robert Bosch Fellowship, the Real Yale World Fellowship, amongst many others. And they all focused a whole lot on leadership, grooming people to become leaders. And one issue we always have when we're discussing our country, we're not bothered by you guys in the entrepreneurial space, because Nigeria is one of those countries where it's not a nanny state. You give people an enabling environment, they will do what needs to be done. So we're not worried about you. Your leadership is intact. Where the worry usually is the political leadership. The political leadership that creates an enabling environment that makes it possible for you to have the tools, the infrastructure, the technology, the legislative, as well as the regulatory environment that makes and provides a fertile ground for all your ideas to be able to fructify. So we said, well, what can we do? We said, well, if you have a plane and you want a pilot to fly it, maybe 130 people or 200 people on the flight, would you just call anybody and say, Oga, I beg, you sabi drive? And just say, well, go home and fly. Or would you just say, you know, are you a popular man? Okay, all right, now go ahead and fly. No. What we do is that you look for someone who is certified. And in many cases, the kind of the plane you can fly is connected to how many years of experience you already have in flying. So how much more do we want to lead a nation of over 220 people? And then we now want to have leaders who are not trained, who are not skilled, and who are not equipped. All they have to just do is win an election. That is a recipe for a plane crash, a political plane crash, a national plane crash. So we said, how do we address this issue? We said, well, what we will do is we'll create a fellowship that focuses specifically on training and equipping young people with a track record of leadership who then want to move into the political space, so that when they get to that space, they're not just doing ad hocism, they're not just, you know, doing political expediency, they're there trained and groomed in every facet and every aspect of governance. And glory to God, we started this in 2022. We've graduated 118 fellows. And if you want to clap, you can clap. And only just last week, we started the third cohort. where we have 50 fellows. And what we make sure we do is it's inclusive. Every state, including the FCT, is represented. We make sure there's gender balance, men and women, and we also ensure that people living with disabilities are equally included. And it's been phenomenal to see what has happened since then. We now have fellows in different departments and agencies of government, young people who are doing promising things. And one of them is here, my technical assistant, Hashimu Adamu, he's here. He was in the first cohort here, and he's currently based at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So when I was listening to what you were doing here, training people, mentoring people, giving you the tools, the abilities, and connecting you with people that can help you to have the confidence. In Yoruba, we say, "Eshinwaju ni eshin mean, who can translate that for me? Okay, go ahead then.
The horse at the back, looking at the horse in the front.
Well done. So essentially, in many cases, you also realize that there are circumstances where you want to achieve things. There are great things you want to do. You have hopes, you have aspirations, you have ambitions. But if you do not have someone who is able to show you the road, like you said earlier on, Sabi who know road, then the journey might be a bit more laborious. So mentorship is fundamental. And what I've noticed with our cohort in the Legislative Mentorship Initiative is that you find people that when they start, they're a bit timid, they hesitate when they want to speak, they're a little unsure of themselves. And the next thing you know, 2 weeks into the training, they're grabbing the mic, they're owning the space, they're articulating their ideas in a compelling and impactful manner. And that's what mentorship does. It's not necessarily that it just tells you what you do not know. It is that it actually gives you the confidence to push forward what is within and to be able to confidently defend and articulate and execute. To a great degree, that's what my experience has been. Now, when we talk about international cooperation, well, which is my forte, I've had the privilege of doing this as essay to Minister of National Planning, essay to Minister of Finance, to the Speaker, and now with Mr. President. I also have been under mentorship because when they say special advisor, special assistant, you're working under somebody. You're working under that person that has been able to do the hot battle of the political aspect of things. They've got the ticket, they won. And now you are there listening to them, watching, you attend the meetings. And this is an extraordinary experience because you're not just learning. I mean, I have a few degrees in political science, political economy, international relations, but all that on paper. The real stuff is when you are in the room, you are listening, you're watching. And what you're listening and learning is not necessarily just what to do, but also what not to do. You're learning, and you're relearning. And that's why I was really excited. She said to me, we met at the American Ambassador's residence, and she said to me, when she told me what you were doing, I said, I've got to be a part of this one way or the other. This is not my sector, but what you guys are doing is exactly what is going to take our country forward, without a doubt. And please join me in a round of applause for the graduating cohort. There are a few fundamental principles that I'd just like to share with you today as we go forward. And these are some of the foundational principles on which we built the whole notion and the culture of the Legislative Mentorship Initiative. One is a very simple thing. I call them the 5 Ds. The first one, really, my brother, nice to see you again. How's it going? Excellent. You see, that's the power of networking. We all know each other one way or the other. Through one network or the other, we're all connected, right? And that's what's going to take us forward. When people in the private sector, people in the entertainment sector, people in civil society, people in government, people in academia, when we all start connecting and working together, that is the collective energy that we need to take our country from where we are to where we want to be. But I was sharing with you some basic principles, which I feel are fundamental. And the first one is actually not that complicated. It's actually very simple. It is pure decency. That is the first D, decency. And when I say decency, it means being decent to the next guy, to the next lady, to the little one, to the rich or to the poor. This is the fundamental aspect of character that no matter how wealthy, we know you're all going to be billionaires in dollars. That one is, we know that. But you see, money and power can change a person. It can be intoxicating. And if you don't ground yourself at this moment in that fundamental pillar of decency, it is very easy to lose your way. There's a certain man who has a very popular social networking app. He's very, very wealthy. I will not mention his name so he doesn't sue us or the government. But in many things you see, he's not very decent when he's dealing with people, either with staff or in his utterances. Leadership, to be a really, really good leader, there has to be that fundamental issue of decency. Connected to that is the issue of diligence. In today's world, it's an instant world. Instant coffee, Instagram, instant this, instant that. And for many young people, and I know none of the young people that I'm talking about are in this room right now, there's the need for this instant gratification. They think that everything can just happen like this, like, startup training founders, please. They just want it today, not even tomorrow, today. But really, where you really develop the capacity, not just to get to the top, but to stay there and go higher, it is really in diligence. When you are able to apply yourself to the work, when you're able to pay attention to detail, when you say, no, I will cross this I, no, I will dot this I, I will cross this T. That extra mile is fundamental in making you stand out. And the one word I always like to say is, you have people that they call ordinary. Well, who are the people they call extraordinary? The people that do the extra. Diligence makes you one of the people that do the extra. Thirdly is discipline. And you see, this is the other thing about leadership. You can't lead others if you cannot lead yourself. And the core aspect of being able to lead yourself is discipline. I can see that you've already gone through the grind, and it took you a lot of discipline to be able to do that. Am I right? Well, you're going to need that all through. And the reality is that, like I said earlier on, if you're a leader, the people that follow you are watching you. They're watching to see, do you get to work on time? Do you do your work hard? Do you cut corners? Do you not? So if you are not disciplined yourself, you can build a massive company, you can make a lot of money, but your workforce itself will be suboptimal because they also will not be disciplined. So you have to be disciplined. Another one is dialogue. And why do I say dialogue? One of the things I love about our country is our diversity. And there are countries in Africa and around the world that have been through some horrific experiences. But if you look at it, some of the things that sparked those experiences were tiny little things compared to the things that have happened in our country, Nigeria. And the truth of the matter is that, we like to sometimes chart ourselves, Nigerians, we're to this, we're to that. We really need to look at our strength. And one of our fundamental strengths is the capacity for dialogue, which is my third D. The ability to ensure that whatever circumstances or situations you face, that instead of conflict, you initiate dialogue and you use dialogue as a tool for solving those problems, for inspiring people, or for settling issues, or getting your company on track, for negotiating your deal. I think in today's world, people are quick to say, oh no, just face up, get aggressive about it. But in many cases, that won't take you too far. Dialogue is a fundamental component of not just public leadership or political leadership, but also in the private sector, especially because you will be dealing with a multiplicity of stakeholders from different backgrounds and different inclinations. And that is the only way you can ensure you bring everyone together to be able to do what you need to do and to be able to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. The additional one is also delivery. I used to work in McKinsey. I've not always been in the public sector. I used to head McKinsey's public sector engagement here in Abuja. And one of the things that McKinsey was very good at doing, or is very good at doing, is setting up what they call delivery units. And what is a delivery unit? It's almost like a SWAT team, a team that will make sure that whatever the prime minister, the president, or the head of agency wants to achieve is achieved in an effective, strategic, well-organized, well-orchestrated, well-curated manner. And that is one of the challenges we face in our country. People you will sign a contract, you engage people to do something, you agree, and then, oh yeah, okay, deliver, problem. Ordinarily, even when you just order shawarma or order a meal from somewhere, you will have paid online. Okay, they'll deliver in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, no delivery. But the thing about delivery is that your ability to deliver is really fundamentally how people will perceive you. That is how you build confidence. It is always better, I tell my mentees, it is always better to under-promise and over-deliver than to over-promise and under-deliver. The minute you're unable to deliver, you lose confidence, either in your customers, either with your clients, or whoever the case may be. So being able to say, if you give your word, I will do this, whatever it takes, please deliver. And one of the things I noticed when I was much younger, I used to ask my parents, why is a gun called Smith & Wesson? Why is a toilet seat called Armitage Shanks? I used to wonder, why do all these inanimate objects actually have names? The reason is because in those days, if you're an artisan, you will put your name on whatever it is that you produce. And that becomes the brand. Your name becomes that brand. So when you say Mercedes-Benz, you know, okay, you expect a certain level. Well, for everyone in this room, if you deliver and you deliver on time and you deliver effectively, please, what's your name? So once you see Chris on any product, you know you stand very well, so to speak. So delivery is fundamental because that is actually your reputational capital. I'd like to end with the last one, which is democracy. And we may think democracy is only about elections, but it's actually about decision making. And you'll find whether it's at home, whether it's at work, or whether it's in your company, you need to be democratic about how you make decisions. Yes, the buck stops with you. I work for the commander-in-chief. There's a reason why it's called commander-in-chief, meaning that once he commands, that's the chief command. Everything else falls by the wayside. And for those of us that work in an advisory capacity, he will say, what do you think? What do you think? Let me read your memo. Let me read this. Let me read that. But at the end of the day, he decides. But what is fundamental is making sure that you listen to as many people as possible. You carry as many perspectives along. You will find that, yes, you may be brilliant. I know you're definitely brilliant to have gone through this and to, of course, come out on the other side. But that is not enough. And even your brilliance can be on one side. But how does it say? The Bible also says that, sorry, I'm using so many biblical references, but that's how I think. It says in the multiple of counsel, there is safety. And why do I say that? It means that when you talk to people, when you carry people along, when you sample different opinions, when you listen to different perspectives, your decision is much richer as a CEO, as the head of your organization. Yes, of course, at the end of the day, the responsibility still stands with you. But even the fact that you've consulted and you've spoken to the critical members of your team, it creates in them a sense of ownership that come what may, whatever direction you go, they knew they were part of that decision. And therefore, whether it's going up, down, or sideways, when you look back, you find them beside you. Democracy is a fundamental way of ensuring that you're carrying others along and that your team is also part of your process. Finally, on international cooperation, which is my forte. I just came from giving another speech, which was looking at the issues of climate change and development at the House of Representatives. I literally just ran from there and ran here. And one of the things I said to them is this: before we want the world to take us seriously, we have to take ourselves seriously. We've often wondered why, if you're in London, Paris, or wherever the case may be, you can find Chinese food. Well, we all know that Nigerian food is the best tasting food in the world now, don't we? So why don't we have Nigerian restaurants all over the world? Why can't you just go online and find Nigerian takeaway, just the same way you find Chinese and Indian? We don't take ourselves seriously. We are quick to want to, show the fads from abroad or show that we're sophisticated Ajabota people. But the truth of the matter is, if we do not believe in ourselves, nobody will believe in us. So when you start your business, when you're packaging your products, and you want the West or the richer nations of the world to come and buy your product in droves, they will not do it until you put the seriousness into it, into how you run your company, or even how the products that you develop or that you produce and you deliver. So really, charity, ladies and gentlemen, begins at home. I believe that this country and the wonderful people that come out from this country, it's a tough environment, I know, but the toughness of Nigeria prepares you for the rest of the world. If you can make it here, everything is easy peasy. But to be able to do that, we have to have a sense of seriousness. And that seriousness itself must be reflected in how we run our businesses, the products that we offer to our clients, or the services that we offer. But more importantly, you need to take yourself, your brand, your vision seriously. And when you do that, you'll find that not only will you have gone through this experience, which I can say has been a remarkable experience, but not just a few years or a few months down the line, many other people will be looking at you as their role models. You will become the mentors, and you will look back and have cause to be proud that not only did the Founders Institute, which invested in creating this environment for you, has made this possible, but you can look back and say, oh, as a result of what you received from them, you also were able to make it possible for others. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sure you all will join me in giving them a round of applause. It is no easy feat. And please be rest assured that whatever it is, she has my contacts, whatever it is that is required, wherever the government can be helpful, wherever you think there's a connection that needs to be made, whether it's international, domestic, or wherever the case may be, we will always be here to serve you. The most important thing about a public servant is not the word public, it is about servant, and we're here to serve. Thank you very much indeed.
It's actually exciting to be collecting this mic from senior special advisor to the president. What an honor. Another round of applause for him, please. That was phenomenal. I've heard a lot of the things you've talked about, but dialogue stood out to me. Like it came out fresh. Like, wow. So we can actually engage in a lot of dialogue to solve our problems and to move our products further. And I look forward that we've taken note of these lessons, and these lessons are timeless, and they would help bring you to your desired expectation or hope. Okay. Okay. Is that coming from our online audience? Okay. Okay. So while he was speaking, we had one of our keynote speakers also walking, the Director General, Chief Executive Officer of the National Council for Arts and Culture. A round of applause as let's appreciate him for coming. Thank you so much, sir. It's a privilege and an honor to be or to have you here. Thank you so much for coming. So without wasting much time, we would actually be inviting him to give us the next speech. He is the Director General, like I've mentioned, and NACA, if you don't know, focuses on a number of things. Oh, sorry. NACA, thank you so much. NCAC It's better to just call it by their letters. NCAC, that's National Council for Arts and Culture. If you don't know what they do, you'll find out. Okay, so let me not say more before I spoil it. Let's put our hands together as we make welcome Mr. Obi Asika as he gives us the next keynote address. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. Apologies, I'm slightly late, Juma, and to the SSA, Dapo. Good to see you, been a while. First of all, this is graduating class on the left. Congratulations. When did you graduate? Is it today? It's not easier. Okay. Ajuma asked me to talk about startups, the innovation ecosystem, and the creative industries. Are any of you creative entrepreneurs? Anybody? What you doing? Where's my memories? Okay, you have to come to my office. All right, nice one. What about you? How? Okay, what type of talents? Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. So I don't have to talk too much. Nice one, good stuff. Okay, so listen, I just talked about NACA, which I am not representing. NACA is the National Agency for Control of AIDS. So I didn't know why the MC. Anyway, I was a bit concerned. I was like, okay. So NCAC. I've spent a lifetime in the creative industries. I've pretty much been a serial entrepreneur all my life. You know, sometimes when people talk about the startup ecosystem, they talk about as if business started in 2010. When I was growing up, they used to call it PP in Nigeria, private practice. So every Nigerian, your parents all had more than one job. The job did not pay. The salary never paid for everything. So your mother would have a shop or doing something else. Your father would do something else after the office. So Nigerians are natural entrepreneurs. Yeah, that's my own belief. And you know, you can sue me, but I'm holding on to that. I think Nigerians are natural entrepreneurs. Sometimes I'm from the East. We like to claim it as if we own it, but I actually know a lot of people, specifically from places like Kano, you know, who have been trading for centuries, right? So trade is not something that is a preserve of any one person, right? But one of the things I think to think about, and it was funny because when he was speaking, I was looking for a hook. Okay, what am I going to talk about? Because I really didn't write anything. I didn't have time. I was delivering a summit for the last 2 days, as Ajuma knows. But I had to come here because we believe in supporting this ecosystem. Founders Institute is something that I've been supporting since they came into Nigeria. They're a member of the Innovation Support Network. I'm a member of the Innovation Support Network. And even my council is partnered with the Innovation Support Network. There's a picture that, oh, I don't know why this is up. Can you, you don't need this. Oh, this is your stuff, right? I thought it was the clap thing that was on the screen. So first of all, for those of you who are entrepreneurs, I want to tell you about this platform, which was launched by the Minister of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy about 3 weeks ago. And there's going to be major media behind this in the coming weeks and months. So it's called the Creative Leap Accelerator Program, clapnigeria.ng. Now, this is a resource-based platform. You can get onto the platform. You can register on the platform. Yeah, you can register on the platform. You can get onto the platform. And there are many, many elements to this thing. So a lot of people, even yesterday, the sector that I represent, in many respects, I call it Nigerian soft power. Does anybody here know what soft power is? Anybody? No? Okay, soft power is the opposite of hard power, right? Hard power is typically the military-industrial complex, which is typically what has built nations for the last maybe 500 years. But in the last 50 years, 70 years, we have seen soft power as a huge tool used by nations, typically in diplomacy, right? But it's actually a phrase invented by a Harvard professor called Joseph Hugh, and it speaks to the fact of using suasion or diplomacy or negotiation to resolve situations instead of armed forces, conflict, the army, the police, the coercive force of the state. because of course the state has overwhelming coercive force. And I remember I was speaking at a DICON. In fact, it was so funny because DICON had an event 2-3 weeks ago. Do you know what DICON is? DICON is Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria. I don't know if you know, do you know that Nigeria manufactures a lot of weapons, munitions, RPGs, AK-47s, grenades, unmanned drones? Or somebody knows. I'm happy because mostly Nigerians seem not to know. There's a lot of capacity, and the engineers there were talking to me about what they're making and what they're doing. And the whole conversation was about bringing it out, that we should have the startups in Nigeria, the innovators in Nigeria should be able to innovate for the DICON ecosystem, for the defense industries ecosystem, because almost every country, they're the biggest buyers of everything. And actually, most things are developed first from the military side. So the internet was being used in the US military in 1972. It didn't get to the general public till like 1991, because the military tend to develop anything to do with communication and technology, it came through the military. So always remember that whenever you see some new thing, most likely the military will be using it for 5 to 10 years. And I've worked out all the kinks, so they know how to hack everything. So those unhackable devices, trust me, they've been hacked, yeah? So that's the first thing, you should be aware of that. But the point about it is, he was mentioning something about whether being serious, yeah? Being serious about your work, about what you do, who you represent. And he talked about food. Food is one of the things that is under my purview. So when I talk about Nigerian soft power, I'm talking about 49 different sectors, which include software development, architecture, town planning, urban design, all types of design, fine arts, performing arts, visual arts, film, dance, music, television, gaming, animation, comics, right? All of these industries, fashion, hair and beauty, it's all in the soft power space. So basically the things that you use to live your life is what we do. So no matter what you do, how hard you work, your 9 to 5, after you've done all that stuff, you're still gonna buy clothes, you're still gonna take your woman out, or your woman's gonna take you out, you buy a gift. All of those things tend to be coming from the soft power side. Now, in the last 30, 50 years, you give you a couple of examples of soft power. Brazilian football is soft power. Brazil branded itself to the world with football from 50 years ago. Anybody see the Seleção, which is the yellow shirts? If you play football, even if you see the shirts, you may have lost the game already psychologically, just because it's Brazil. These days, they play in Europe too much, so they're not how they don't scare people how they used to scare people in the 70s and 80s. But most people here, except for some of my uncles in the front, are too young to know what we're talking about. It was for you. Now, so when we're talking about soft power in the Nigerian context, when I was at DICON event, the host moderator said something that was quite funny. He said, we have DG hard power and DG soft power. And I say, yeah, that's exactly what it is. And we want to collaborate. We want to collaborate with the hard power because they have the hard infrastructure, but we are the storytellers, okay? The soft power is the storytelling. And if you don't add storytelling to your business, you're very unlikely to make money, okay? Storytelling is a skill, and it's not, and all brands in 2024 are storytellers. Is anybody here a fan of football? Any football fans here? What club are you? Oh, you never walk alone. You're a great man. That's my club. I don't know how you knew. Are you really a Liverpool fan or you're just... Okay. Anyway, if you're a football fan or any sports at all, you might understand. You may not even know, but you're not thinking about it because every time it is the storytelling that grabs you. If they don't tell you the story of the club, of the great players, of their greatest games, their biggest losses, there's no emotional connection. Once they've got you emotionally invested, then you're going to wake up and start buying the shirts. And some of us have been buying the same shirt for 40-something years, and nobody's paying us to buy these shirts. When I buy the shirt, it's not like as if the club knows my name. But frankly, I'll be upset if I don't have the new shirts. So right now, I'm actually waiting. I got my Liverpool members kit box last week. You got one? I got mine. I'm feeling good. I'm like, oh, they finally sent it to me in Nigeria. I mean, we have over 500 million followers at Liverpool. That's what brand building does, right? So Liverpool is maybe the top 10 clubs in the world. Maybe we do, I don't know, $2 billion a year. But there's the NFL, there's the Super Bowl. It's even richer. The NBA, in the NFL, there are 100 Africans, 80 are Nigerian. I was involved in bringing the NFL Africa here this year. I'm expecting another 6 to go because the NFL is a game that even at the age of 20, you can still go professional, even if you haven't played before, as long as you have the physicality, the speed, and the hand-to-eye coordination. Why am I telling you about sport? Why am I telling you about soft power? Because actually, everything you do leans towards, after you finish working, leans towards lifestyle. And we are lifestyle. We are fashion, we're attitude, swag, all those things you're talking about, it comes from us. So if Burna Boy walks into this room now, everybody starts tripping, it's Burna. When Burna was in Port Harcourt in 2013, if he walks in here now, they'll ignore him. Do you understand? But it happened right in front of your eyes. Everybody saw him develop. Everybody saw him grow. You've seen his brand evolve. You've seen the performance that he delivers, right? Right now, today, Burna Boy's performing. He's a stadium artist. There are not that many in the world. He's a stadium artist who has played stadiums in something like 40 countries, 30 countries. We're trying to bring him to Abuja to play the stadium. But if he comes, you guys have to buy the ticket. It's true. It's true. It's business. It's not for free. Yeah. So it's not about how much can I pay him. It's about who's buying the ticket. So it's a business. You understand? Now, the point about this is that, just to go back to what we were saying about food, I'll tell you a quick story. In 2009, I was watching a TED speech. You know TED, right? Everybody knows TED. So there's a famous TED speech, one of my favorite ones, and it's about the soft power of India. So if you look for it on YouTube, you'll see it. And the gentleman who was speaking was a former Undersecretary General of the United Nations. He worked for Kofi Annan, part of his team. He was a Harvard professor, also been a senator and an Indian Foreign Affairs minister. Brilliant bad, pure intellectual. And it was really the first time I really understood our concept. Then I realized 10 years, but you didn't know what it was called. Yeah, and I realized when I listened to that, like we all listen to it, so maybe 10 minutes, 12 minutes. As you're listening to it, think about Nigeria. You might as well be talking about Nigeria. The data he was given, the information he was sharing. And just to speak about Nigerian food for a second. Nigerian restaurants, right? Or Indian restaurants, let me give you this piece of information. Indian restaurants in the UK, like 2009. When I grew up, what we do with all the setup, with the setup, 1 mile to my feet. Until we woke up and everybody that played football had more money than everybody that apparently was being serious, right? All the entertainment people had more money than the professor in school talking about it. But that's also a problem about dysfunction. Everywhere in the world, everywhere else in the world, professors are elites, well paid. You know why? Yes, patents and the licensing will fix the money, not necessarily the salary. The problem in our ecosystem, 275 universities, where are the patents? Where are the products that we have created, right? There's no product, no patent that cannot be eliminated. We're sitting down waiting for the government to give subvention, and that's it. That's not how it works. China alone, talking last year, man, I filed like 1 million patents. Nigeria may not even have filed 100. But I can tell you what happened in terms of productivity and output. But the point I was making about the Indian restaurant, in 2009, Indian restaurants in the UK were making more money than UK steel, shipbuilding, mobile industry. Think about that for a second. 3 heavy manufacturing industries. My brass curry, basmati rice on the left. That's what it is. Naan bread, basmati rice. Chicken vindaloo, and fish. Over here, UK shipbuilding, UK steel, kettlesville. This has made much more money. Now it's 15 years ago. By now, it's not even within the realm of comparison. Now the South Koreans are in the game. Thai and the game. French cuisine, It's not quite similar. Nigerian cuisine is exploding. Let me tell you, you don't know. It is exploding. Not just the food people see on kinds kinds, but it's all great. But it's more the fact that the restaurant brand like Energy not most money out. The big buy because it's long. That was in Atlanta about 6 weeks ago. It looked like about 75, 91 now. Yeah, now this is how our people are not that crazy apparently. It comes to the love sport. And that's a lot. So I think not like that, but I found the actual point. It's crazy people television. Timing, right? I just have it. I'm just telling you about. Following me around, or something that. Well, right. Right. My family. Father, father, I that that were other ones. Why? That's what they for them. When they have no problem letter and another disconnected, right? So to connect our ecosystems, everybody does better because the value enhancement stays local and you make more money. And by the way, no matter what you do, it's very unlikely you have a bigger marketplace than Nigeria. Everybody's always talking about global. Dominate your environment first, then you become global. Because global will hear of you. If you're chasing global from here and you miss local, you miss the point. Whatever you're building, whatever you're trying to solve, you have to solve it for the people around you. If it's not relevant to the people around you, it's likely not relevant. Do you understand? So you cannot just come up and be saying, oh, I'm going to do this. Who are you doing it for? If you're doing it for yourself and your friends, that's fine. But no, that's not a business. A business has to solve something. It has to provide a solution to an existing problem. And from there, value is created and money is made. And by the way, anybody who creates value always makes money. Yeah? It's not even an argument. If you walk into any situation and you add value, they will give you money. You get the guy will start calling you, that thing you were telling me. You were saying something, and you start becoming the consultant because every time he wants to do something, he needs to talk to you because you have the ability to help him get to the thing. The average age of Nigeria is what? Do you know? This guy, you've been reading a lot. The average age of your country is 18. 70% of Nigerians are under 30. 43% are under 15. So that means I'm kind of expired. And I mean, it's just one of these things. But if you're young at heart, then you are the age you feel, right? So that's my consolation to myself. Ajuma, you feel me? But it's important because a lot of times, unfortunately, in our society, I feel we have a lot of ageism. Older people are talking down to younger people. Don't ever be distracted by that. A lot of that is lost in translation because there's envy. You know, it's like, yes, we know, I would say, yes, a lot of young people are quite entitled. I would say a lot of young people think it happens overnight. Yes. But just so you know, Wizkid, to give you an example, in 2006, I brought Big Brother to Nigeria. Yeah, first Big Brother series. And I remember in 2007, if I come out of my office, because the house we shot Big Brother in, we moved into the house as an office, right, after the first one, because he didn't come back for 10 years. 2007, if you come to my office, and if I come out of my door, there's a couch right in front of my office. And because we had a recording studio in the office, we used to let certain artists that are close to us come and record in our office. So some mornings I come out and I'm seeing, there's a young guy, particularly, I saw him 4 times in 1 week. So I get to the office at 8:30, 8:45, man, he's crashed out dozing. Because maybe he left the studio at 6 a.m., 5:30, and he's still dozing. So this time I just kicked him. I said, my guy, you're here though. How far? We've opened. He said, boss, man, I finished at 7. Still gonna go home. I said, let me hear what you recorded last night. So he came and played it to me. I said, what are we gonna do? He had been working with a producer who was very famous. Unfortunately, that producer passed around maybe 2 years later. Huh? Yeah, OJB. So, you know who the artist is? Dangerous man. So this artist was Wizkid before he was known as Wizkid. I mean, he was known as Wizkid. By the time he's like 16. My label was really a hip hop label. I had rappers. So I'm not looking for dancers and singers. But every artist is coming to me trying to get signed. Devanch, Two Face, P Square. And I'm not signing any of them because I know their management. This comes back to integrity. I can't take your assets. I'll push you back to the person that manages you. Oh, you're upset. Your manager didn't do this, didn't do that. No. Go back and do. And I called the guy and said, bro, talk to your artist. Nobody's made any money yet. Star Plus, I invited Star Plus to open the first night of Big Brother Nigeria. For 3 weeks, we're talking to these guys. They were from here. You know what happened? And why they didn't perform? They told me they had split. So I was like, how can you split? You haven't made any money yet. No. At least wait, wait, relax. So we're begging these guys to chill. Like, just come. This is your song. We're going to blast it. It's going to be a hit. And we did. The record was called Imagine That. It was actually the anthem of the first Big Brother. I wanted to fly them to South Africa. They split. They refused to go. They were not talking to each other. I'm telling you, talent is a different thing. When we get to talent management, that's a whole different conversation. But you see, the point about it was that even with MultiChoice and Mnet, when we were pre-preparing Big Brother Nigeria, one day we got an email on a thread, and these productions, sometimes there's 120 people on the email thread. And MultiChoice send an email. Congratulations to everybody on production. Sony Music has cleared the entire catalog for the show. 7 million songs. We have world-class music. We can do whatever we want to do. And this is an email, and like literally all the senior management from MultiChoice, from Endemol, they're all replying the mail. Great, wonderful, great, wonderful. But I'm just sitting there waiting. Like, man, when am I gonna puncture this whole thing? Because for me, I had an agenda. My agenda was Nigerian music. I said, and in 2005, when we went pre-production, trust me, Nigerians were not even supportive of Nigerian music, let alone non-Nigerians. So I'm telling the South Africans that, you see, this your Kwaito is not popping. You're my people, but we don't rock this thing. Secondly, we're going to play 70% Nigerian music in Big Brother Nigeria. So, Obi, are you sure you have 70%? Is the Nigerian music world class? And this is coming on the thread. So I replied, I said, well, I don't think anybody on this mail is qualified to discuss whether Nigerian music is world class. I take offense. So I got on my high horse. There's any horse I could get on. I had to get on something. So I got on my high horse. And I was offended officially. So they had to apologize to me. And I said, okay, so who do you have in mind? I said, that's what you should have asked me the first time. But what we did, just so you know, when we talk about innovation, Big Brother has run in something like 100 countries. There have been countless productions. Guess what? Big Brother Nigeria is the first Big Brother that has a live eviction show with music embedded. We created it. They have run with it ever since. They flew the artists to South Africa for Big Brother Africa because we created it. We insisted. So it's not, you have to be intentional. If you're hoping it's going to happen, it's not going to happen. You've got to be intentional. You've got to leverage. You've got to push your own agenda. And from there, you get to a place where today everybody thinks it's normal. But you cannot see Big Brother in any country and see any artist performing. You won't see them embedded. You will not see the Friday night party because all those things were created by us. The only problem, and that's the other side, that when you're dealing with some of these brands, it's my IP, but they're using it. So I should have a few billion in the pocket just because of creating that IP. So don't be like me. Register the IP now, okay? No, but I'm telling you for real, because if you look at Nigeria, and it's the same thing, Juma knows I say this all the time, and I'll say it to you guys and anybody else here who's a startup, the biggest business opportunities are sitting right in front of you, but a lot of times we're not looking at it. I'm looking at his baseball cap. What does your cap say? Lagos, thank you. What's that? You know what that is? That's merchandise. Yeah? No Nigerian university has any merchandise. Every single Nigerian university has at least 1 million alumni. Is that not a market? Who's serving the market? No Nigerian sports club has any merchandise. Literally. Maybe Kano Pillars and Enugu Rangers. After that, nobody. None of the Nollywood, Afrobeats, chefs, models, football players have any product or merchandise. Do you think it's them? Do you think Rihanna makes her own products? No. It's people like you guys. So until this ecosystem steps up and starts solving that problem, we can't get to the real money. Okay? The money is right in front of you. Nsukka, I'm sure there's at least 3 million people that went to Nsukka. Unilag, I went there the other day with the VC. She told me there's 70,000 people on campus between postgraduate and graduate and undergraduate. I was like, Jesus Christ. So all these 70,000 people, they can't even buy Unilag cup, Unilag on the thing. They can't buy a t-shirt that says, I went to Unilag. 1984, 1997, 2006, whatever year they went. And that is pure business. If you walk into any school, anywhere in the world, the first thing you're going to see is the school shop. And before you leave, you will spend money. Nobody will tell you. Maybe you're coming to register first year. You just say, I'm at University of Oxford. Give my cap. Put this one here, put that one here. Meanwhile, here, nothing. No product, no merchandise, no value being exchanged, no money being made, right? So a lot of times, people start, it's not the artist's business, not the actor's business, it's your business. The business world is not seeing the opportunity, it's not serving the people. So guess what? You have 200 million people. What did we say the average age is? 70% under 30, 35. Where's the Rayma product? Have you worked out that the Maven deal, how many people here even know that Maven Records did a deal this year? Are you aware? You're not even supposed to know. I look at these young people. Why are you not aware? Do you understand? It's shocking to me that you're not aware. Maven Records did a deal. Universal dropped $180 million for Maven Records. Some of us say, I have people that will say, no, it would have been more, it would have been more. I say, bro, guys, this is Lagos, so it's $180 million, they don't want 80 million naira. And they're still running the company. They're Universal West Africa. Universal is bringing a budget every year for them. Please go and sign artists, go and bring more people. You know why? Apart from every other thing they've done, there are two, what we call, I don't know what, like tanks, Rima, Area Star, 23, 21. So brand Jordan, the Jordan brand has signed Rima. Why have they signed Rima? He's not an athlete, but they've seen his lifestyle. They've seen who he connects to. He's 23. He went to 1 billion streams in India and 1 billion streams in America. It's never happened before. Nobody on earth has done that. He's from Benin, right? So the impossible keeps happening from Nigeria, but we need Nigerians to enter the ecosystem to provide products and services so he can monetize at the real level. Because trust me, Jordan, you know the product is gonna come. Why can't you make product from Benin? I can make product from Nigeria. Don't you think there's more fans of Rima in Nigeria than anywhere else in the world? Yeah? And then no more fans of P Square. P Square, this thing they kept splitting. Every time I see them, I used to argue with them. I said, okay, you guys are really rich, right? They're like, what do you mean? Okay, what are you saying? Okay, you can just leave that 3 billion a year that was coming. You can just say, Bird, be managing whatever you're making now. I said, if you need management, call us. You cannot talk to each other until you have to be on stage. That's professional. You get on stage, you do your show, you go home. But now you spent 8 years where you should have made the prime of your career. You didn't make the money. You come back, the ego gets in the way of the money. That's all it is. So ego is your biggest enemy always. And that ego might talk to you about yourself. You start listening to your own hype. Your friend is telling you you're a genius, but you don't have any money yet. My brother, you're not a genius. So those people telling you you're a genius, this, that, they should calm down. Get into the situation where you created a product, you sold the product, it's making money, and now you can scale, right? That is where we need to go. And I hope a lot of you are looking at platforms and marketplaces, because really, we have disconnected marketplaces all over Nigeria, right? I don't want to talk for too long, but the last thought I want to leave you with is, do check out the Clap Nigeria website, clapnigeria.ng. I think you'll find it very useful and you can register. Also, my agency has launched, but in terms of rollout, it'll be from October, something called ICE. ICE is a delivery platform for Clap. The ICE is innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship. And we're coming at the business of entertainment, the business of culture, right? If you look at Nigeria, I don't know if you know, but there are a lot of women here, so you should know. Black women spend 9 times more than white women on their hair in their lifetimes. Yeah? All the guys know because we're paying the bill. Unless you have a wife or a girlfriend, you're involved in that economy, man. You already know what's happening, right? So 9 times in the lifetime, the white woman is going to do a bob and a car, and she's good. That black woman is going to do all sorts of things. All those things she's doing are still opportunities, right? So is there a reason, is there a difference between Brazilian hair and Nigerian hair? Do you get what I'm saying? Indian hair. And so I look at these things and I say, we should be domesticating as much as possible in our own marketplace. We should be making our product and our services local. Take your culture. We have over 1,000 festivals in this country. I was talking about merchandise. Not one of those festivals has any merchandise. From Agungu to any Durbar to any festival, Igwe festival, Ofala festival, I don't care which one it is, there's no product. It's not translated, it's not produced. But in every village in this country, in every town, there's a photographer, there's an event manager, there's somebody doing coverage, but coverage is not production. I come as a producer to tell you. Somebody pointing in camera doesn't mean they're telling a story. But you know, when you watch TV every day, that TV show that you turn on the channel and in 2 minutes it's hooked you is because of the storytelling. You don't even care what the film is, but 2 seconds they hooked you because you recognize a couple of things. Okay, this is the hero, that's the bad guy, this is the good guy. I want to watch this thing. It's just storytelling, right? So the thing is, when you want to move forward into these ecosystems, a couple of things you need to think about that I think you need to hold as strong things that can help you on your journey. Number one is collaboration. Nobody, don't be fooled. Nobody wins alone. If you're looking at for the entertainment industry, I've done business with you. New York office of government. Not sitting there, stop. Full time 24/7 with an artist management or publishing sport. If they don't do their work, there's no opportunity for the talent, right? But if you're a talent and you're a creator, let's go and find a manager. But nobody manages themselves. There must be a filter between you and the market. Otherwise, you're diminishing your own value. You're going to say, guys, you shouldn't be in that conversation. Have value. You have enough. Whatever it is, it's 5 people, they want to manage those, like, start your own. Okay. Yes. So, apart from any other way, you might find a situation where that's to do with it's freaking me out. From 1950s horror film. So collaboration is number one, right? Finding the right people to be and to understand that to be the leader does not mean anything beyond having that's really what it is. Right? So some people want to be the leader standing in front by themselves. Nobody else can stand in the line with me. You know, we're very good at all those things. You know, I ignore all those things. To me, they're not relevant. I'm looking at the people. Eye service is a Nigerian skill. It's a skill. By the time they finish telling you how wonderful you are, you can go home and be, I'm actually wonderful. Yeah. But at the same time, you know, they're hating on you. When you left the room, they're within the guy they talked about, all that grammar. So better keep your head level. Even when you get any level of success, you know, I always tell people, the most successful person you know, there's somebody that's 1,000 times more successful than him. So stay calm. If you make a lot of money, stay calm. Stay humble. Not just get your head, celebrate. But if you dismiss others, you'll be dismissed. It's as simple as that. Life is karma, right? So remember that. Integrity is principle. Your reputation and your integrity is what will get you support, what will get you funding, right? You can walk into anywhere and get funding based on the idea. That's not typically a Nigerian thing, but it's actually true. But it's how you present yourself, what you say. Those things the right thing. Yes. Right. My thing is about it's not about the I'll tell you something about it. Of Nigerian experts. I put an act on the man. Every competition they apply, every competition they find out. And a lot of times they win, but they never build any business. What they have built, they are going to with patterns. Don't build with that. Yeah, you keep getting a few grants. But I'm gonna ask you, what's the product? What's the business? If I can't see the product of the business, I know what you do. Going forward to that category, because that category is not moving anything forward. If you're not moving forward, at least do something. That because this world is dynamic. Technology is changing everything. A lot of stuff that we all want before were great ideas. AI is doing it right now. It's doing it right now. I was on a call with OpenAI last week. I think you were talking about. We have a project called Cohort. We're aggregating Nigerian energy from time began to. Yeah. I'm supposed to chat. This is what I'm doing. I need your assistance. That's it. I love the project. We're gonna do everything. Yeah. All right, then. They're looking for access to Nigeria. I'll give them the access to that. But you know, not looking for money. Web page, archive, application. All those things. What would I know? Okay. I take to him, yes, he's an environmental expert. I take it to him. Maybe he takes them to the president. The president says, we're doing this with these guys. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just collaboration. Because a lot of times everybody's in silos. You know, do you know what all the people do in your cohort? You all know? Are you guys collaborating? If you're not collaborating, you're not being serious. I'm telling you, a lot of times, I mean, all these people in this room, do you all know what you all do? Ask the person next to you what he does. You might be shocked. He might be the solution to your problem. I'm just telling you. A lot of times in Nigeria, the solution to the problem everybody has is sitting in the room, sitting right here. And simply because you didn't ask, you will never know. So please, introduce yourself to the person sitting next to you. Is it possible? Can we introduce ourselves to the person sitting next to us? If you don't know them, so, I'm finished. I finished. Don't worry. I'm going to choose. No, I have to see HM. So, see the energy in the room has changed. You know why? Because when you have a one-way conversation, you don't learn anything. Yeah. You know, you can't learn anything by talking to yourself, and you can't learn anything by just listening to yourself. Right? Now nobody wants to listen to me. No, it's okay. But listen, with all these things said and done, let me just leave you with that. Clapnigeria.ng. Look out for ICE, right? And everybody, by the way, everybody's a creative, okay? You don't have to be a dancer or a visual artist to be a creative. You just have to be an original thinker, right? You have to be an original thinker, which means you can bring your ideas to the table to solve problems and solutions, right? If somebody can show me, I mean, I was talking to the Abia State Commissioner today, and I said to him, the only reason why our area markets is not producing everything for everybody is there's no brand, right? There's no brand, so you have to create the brand, the platform, and the reputation. Then I can tell Don Jazzy to bring Rima, who Jordan are prepared to put $10 million behind and risk himself with you. But that's what you must understand. If I don't trust you or trust the platform, I'm not going to deal. So reputation is critical. People who are ripping off people can only make money in the short term. They can't make money sustainably because you will be caught, right? And you will get shut down. It's just a fact of life. You can't sell Rima t-shirts non-stop and think Benin boys are not coming. They're going to come. It is what it is. There's a law of karma in business, right? So for me, congratulations to you guys. Best of luck. You need to find me. Ajuma is here. No, because let me tell you, anybody who has digital skills aggregation skills, capture, who's interested in storytelling, come to us. We're the storytellers. You're welcome to that industry. That industry actually runs the world, has always done, but in Africa, we have stepped away from it. We've been treating it like it's fun, it's vocation, but it's not. It's very serious. Narrative runs everything on the planet, and narrative is storytelling. So if you don't get the narrative right, shape the narrative, it's very hard to get anything done. I can't convince any young people of anything. It is propaganda. But I can show you some things that you will see yourself. You'll be like, oh, okay, that's what he was saying, right? So remember, Soft Power of India on text, on TED, check the speech, listen to what he's saying, and apply it to your environment. A lot of things in this world you want to do have already been done somewhere else. What we need to see is a localization and customization for the market opportunity here. If I could service Onitsha market, just Onitsha market, forget it, I'm from Onitsha. They say they do $5 billion a year of business. Guess what? To enter Onitsha market is a nightmare. To find what you're looking for is a nightmare. There are 58 markets in Onitsha market. I cannot find one of them online. Are you telling me none of you can solve that problem? If you solve the problem, I'll take you to the president of Onitsha market. I'm telling you, it's that simple. But you cannot sit in one place looking at something and thinking down upon them when they have 10 times more money than you have ever seen. Do you understand? This will say market here, it's the same thing. Can you find it online? You cannot. Can you find the shops who will say market online? You cannot. So 80% of our commerce is offline in a digital time and age. That's an opportunity and a problem. And for entrepreneurs, that's business. Somebody needs to give me some money.
Wow, wow, wow. This is what you call a masterclass. Really exciting. This is really, really, really exciting. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. This is really amazing. They said that if you spend 10 minutes with a wise man, you become 10 times better. I'm sure I've learned a lot listening to these extraordinary gentlemen who have given us amazing speeches. But before we proceed, I'd like them to take photographs. So would our keynote speakers and the directors of FI. Okay, while they get ready for the photographs, a car is blocking the road. Your plate number is ABC 516. Please, if that's your vehicle, help us move it. Okay, after this photograph, all the graduating founders will join. Okay, so the graduating founders, please join the stage for a photograph. What? They're not visible. Why not go forward? Me? No. I know you. Maybe as the MC, let me join. Thank you very much. Okay. So let me.
And so we'll be doing some presentation. When you have big guns like this, there's a lot of things for them to do. So we'll be doing presentation of the gift. I wish you guys could wait behind to listen to, this. Honest. Okay. I would Tommy's book. Yes, it's Tommy's book. Mentors, an investor. Yeah. Okay, so great. Thank you so much. It's
Sincere apologies. I'm so sorry. I would have really loved to stay, but unfortunately, I'm pressed for time. Please forgive me. But please, I leave you with my very best wishes and see you at the top.
Thank you so much. And also, just before Obi goes, he said somebody should see him in the office. So what are you doing about that? Oh, F5 founders are very good when it comes to that. So let's give them a clap of hands as they go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, so we're just getting into the thick of things. And while they make their way out, the next session involves, so we're going to go on to the founders. They've been with us for 14 weeks. They've learned pitching, and they're going to tell you about their products for 5 minutes. We're going to break them into 2 batches. So the first 4 of them, and then the second 4. In between those 2 sessions, the pitch session, we'll have some of our alumni. A lot of them are here. One of them is the one who is actually moderating. So they are also going to use 2 minutes each. So alumni in the house, let me see you. I have some of you, great. I see JD Lab there. I see Jose there. I see Rework Academy. Yeah, I've been seeing you here. Okay. Oh, okay. I see 2 of you there. So you guys ready? 2 minutes in between the pitch sessions. You know the drill. So Emeka, let me hand over back to you to take the session for the first. And we'll be timing you. So this is how it goes. Please, let's have some quietness in the house. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So this is how it goes. You will be timed 5 minutes to pitch your product. Slides will be changing for you. And we don't have the pointer. So you'd have to quickly move on. The person changing the slide is watching, and you just say next slide, and you have to make it very fast. So please, we'll give them 6 minutes. Let's make it 6 minutes. 1 minute will go for the time it takes to say, change your slide. Are we okay with that? Okay. So Emeka, I'll hand over to you. You're a forerunner for them, so you know how to do it. Once you're done, once your minutes are over, your volume goes up.
You know, I'd always wondered why pitching until I watched a little drama of a blind man. He actually had inscripted on his card, "I am blind, please help me." And people were passing by and no money was dropped. And then a young girl passed and saw it, took the same card, turned it the other way around and wrote, "It's such a bright day, but I can't see it." And immediately, people started dropping money. Just the same thing said differently. And sometimes you may underrate what you're about to listen to, but these kinds of 5-minute speeches makes a lot of money. You'll be shocked. In fact, everything you do is selling. And if you don't couch it in the right words, you lose your audience and you lose the monies that will come to you. So I'd like you to pay attention as we make welcome the graduating founders. And so we'll do the first batch, which is batch A. I will call their names. You've been given the drill. And once it's time, you would leave the stage. A round of applause as we make welcome the first pitcher or the first presenter. His company is Simply Finance. Let's put our hands together for Abdul Jalal.
Okay, so where you are. I'm trying to see where. Wait now. Come.
Testing. Can you guys hear me? Lovely, lovely, lovely. So good evening. My name is Abdul Abakar. I am the co-founder of Simply Finance. Our mission is to empower business growth to ensure sustainable and efficient, to grow sustainably and efficiently. Next slide. So the reason we're doing this, we've come to realize that businesses in Africa, especially Nigeria, they have their data scattered around different systems, which leads to inefficient processes, which overall leads to cost runs, making it more expensive to manage their businesses. Management complexity, where you're here, you're trying to manage your business, but it's becoming too tedious for you to manage that. And limited visibility, which further means that you cannot take opportunities where you see them. So what we are doing is we are creating a platform that ensures all these problems are being met. How we're doing that is we have an integrated business process, right, which allows you to centralize and unify your business, which further gives you 360 insights. So that means from where you are, you can manage and see all the relevant opportunities in your business, as well as task management. Next slide, please. Now, this is just a highlight of the product. This is the dashboard to see everything. And this is the project side where you can manage all your tasks as well as contracts. Next slide, please. So we are in the big data and business intelligence space, which is estimated the total addressable market, $271.83 billion, which is serviceable available market of 150 billion, over 150 billion. And we plan to take a piece of that, about 8%, which roughly gives you 10 billion. Next slide, please. So the competitive landscape, yes, we are not the first, but we want to be the cheapest and most efficient in Nigeria, right? And aside that, these are all the benefits which we give. We have financial management, project management, real-time updates and analytics. So as a business owner, you know how well your business is doing and much more. But in the near future, we hope to add an in-house consultant to make your business grow better. Next slide, please. Our go-to-market strategy, as we are now, we are in talks with different companies to implement our solution. We are refining the product. After this, two will allow us to do our closed beta. From there, we go into marketing and awareness, a public beta launch, and increase our user acquisition. How we plan to make money, we have the subscription fees, right, which we've priced affordably for all businesses, which we such that you know it's as I said, we want to be affordable. But also we understand that increasing your subscription could be expensive. So we have another revenue source whereby it could be on the lowest tier, but it could have the same value as those in the highest tier, which is what we call the in-app upgrade fees. Lastly, if you choose to use an account, we will offer you business account. If you choose to use that, we will charge transaction fees of that because we are working with a partner, but we also want to provide the best for you and we'll ensure it's as affordable as possible. Next slide, please. So our traction, we've gotten $10,000 in AWS credits, right? As well from the Wazo Challenge incubator program, which we were a part of, as well as we've received 100,000 Naira in grant from the EYF Foundation. Our MVP is 80% complete. We are just cleaning up a few things and we'll onboard customers as soon as possible. Lastly, we have a fast growing list, some of which include halal asset management company, so basically an investment company, a tech company, as well as a VC, one of which was about to invest in our previous company, but some things came up. But nonetheless, we are still in great communications with them and we hope to have them on board. Next slide. So we aim to raise the sum of $50,000 to enable us improve our distribution and marketing to onboard our first over 50 customers to allow us generate at least $2,000 in monthly recurring revenue, which is how we use it accordingly. So this is the team. We have Emmanuel Akanji, who serves as our operation maestro, my right hand, and Emmanuel Appa, who serves as the CTO, my left hand. So without these two, I am nothing. And, and a bit about myself, I have experience in trade. I have experience in trade. I'm a hustler. So alongside this, I'm trying to facilitate a few deals. I'm trying to facilitate a few deals to generate revenue for both myself and the company as well. So our next milestones, hopefully by next month, will be in a closed beta stage where we anticipate or project to generate $1,000 from our transaction fees, right? By January, By January 2025, we will be in public beta, whereby we've taken all what we've learned from each one of you, all our customers, and made our project better. Then by July, we hope to launch. Next slide. Oh, time's up. Thank you.
Questions? Okay. Okay. Nice presentation. Thank you very much. The next presenter is my spore, Toby Akinyele. A round of applause for him.
Yeah, Toby Akinyele. Good afternoon, everyone. All right. Okay, so let me wait for the slide to come up. Okay, so my name is Toby Akinyele. I'm the founder of My Spore. My Spore is an on-the-go talent hiring and upskilling platform. All right, so imagine for a moment if African talents can grow beyond leaps and bounds. There's basically no restrictions for them. They can learn, they can earn, and they can also grow in the global economy. The global business outsourcing marketplace is currently worth $300 billion, right? But Africa is just taking 3% of that. That's about 8 billion. And the reason for this is beyond all the reason. 6 out of every 10 talents in Nigeria currently earns less than $150 per month. Next slide. The reasons are this: lack of visibility to jobs, insufficient skill to actually do this kind of work, and also lack of support. And we have about 4.2 million freelancers in Nigeria. Now, this is where my sport comes in. Next slide. We have created an on-the-go talent hiring and upskilling platform. Talents on one hand can apply, sign up for free, update their portfolio, and businesses can also sign up and post jobs. This is where we come in. So startups can find, hire, and work with these talents. Then talents can also upskill, which means they can attend courses, they can learn, and they can grow in their career path. Next slide. So this is our dedicated marketplace, and we've launched our MVP currently. This is like a profile of a user, and this is his portfolio. Next slide. Now, this is where jobs are posted. These are the kind of jobs that are posted on the platform. Also, next slide. Now, this is a dashboard, a talent dashboard. Talents can have a dedicated wallet where they can earn in USD, access resources, access events, and also communicate with other talents on our platform. Next. So, like I said, we've done more than $7,500 in revenue. We have close to about 300 users currently, and we have about 3 partnerships. Next. This is how we make money. We charge 15% off every successful job match. Now, talents and businesses can also go pro, use other features on our platform, like invoices, like I said, wallet, and also the training program for specific fees. Next. Currently, our focus is on startups in Nigeria. We are hoping that the startups that are registered in Nigeria can come to us and they can hire about 3 times within the year. This gives us an SOM of more than $10 million. Next. Now, of course, this is not something new. What makes us different is the fact that we are focused on African talents. So which means we're also growing a community-focused niche where people can grow within a community. One of the biggest challenges we've seen is that in some of these platforms, everybody grows in a silo. Just as what Mr. Asika said, bringing a community can help us grow faster. Next. Next, please. Okay, this is what our projection is looking like for users in another, say, 5 years, and also for our revenue. We're looking at making about $3 million in maybe year 5, $3 million. All right, so for partnerships and our go-to-market strategy, we are reaching out to partners across board in Nigeria, and also through our community, we have been growing our user acquisition from there. All right, so that's all about my sport. If you're interested, you visit our website, www.mysport.net, or you can just chat me up if you like, if there's any way you think we can connect together. All right, thank you. Thank you. That's basically it.
Great jobs. The guy has started making money already. Did you see that? Awesome. The next presenter is, your heart is panting. Okay, Amani Fresh by so there's some stuff you guys don't do.
Thank you. Good day, everyone. All protocols observed. Can I have my slide, please? Okay, so while we wait, I'll introduce myself. My name is Onyemani Odo, founder of Fresh World Limited. At Omani Fresh, we provide a curated selection of durable, natural makeup and skin prep products that can withstand Africa's hot weather and also enhance your natural beauty. Before I go on, I would like to share with you our vision. Our vision is to be the leading provider of natural, lightweight makeup products and services for women of color. What problem are we addressing? According to Naira metrics, 85% of African women do not achieve an enhanced natural finish. Why is that? Because of the unavailability of natural makeup and skin prep products that are durable and can withstand Africa's hot weather. And then when because of this, the effects it creates is when you see women without these products, they have they experience loss of confidence, breakouts, skin irritations, and discoloration. What solution are we providing? We are curating a selection of these natural products that are durable and can withstand Africa's hot weather. Have you seen or have you experienced where you see women aging and you begin to experience the discolorations on their faces? You have dark patches, you have black under eyes. I think you should take note of that. And that's because of the chemicals in these products that we are using. So what are we offering you? Curated selection of natural products. In this product we are providing, you have ingredients like allantoin that can bring hydration to your skin, and some other ingredients can exfoliate, the dead cells in your pores, and while the other ingredients, bring radiance to your skin. We have, and then this is our skin prep product. I would like to tell you that it's not proper for you to have makeup products directly on your skin. It's always good to prepare the skin to accept these makeup products. The next, please. Traction. We are growing. We have, from my previous business, we have an existing clientele base, and we are growing, and we've secured partnership with the producers of this natural makeup product because we are curating a selection of these products. So with Amani Fresh, you have the best quality, curated, selected natural makeup and skin prep products. And we've also engaged with our audience through our different groups. We have a community. Right now, we are providing expert tips and means of product application. Next slide. Our business model is the B2B, B2C business model, where we partner with our products. We partner with beauty stores. We have we have our subscription box, and the other places are e-commerce where we sell this product. That's how we get our revenue. Next slide, please. And the market, as at 2023, revenue generated was about 343 billion naira for beauty and makeup. And for Amani Fresh, our service obtainable market is to generate a revenue of about 107.2 million naira in 24 months. Next slide, please. Yes, we have competitors. We have Sephora. Yeah, they are also, they have curated selection of makeup products. We have Kudi Cosmetics, curated selection of makeup products. But what makes Amani Fresh different is we have just natural makeup products. Our go-to market is partner with beauty stores. How do we distribute these products? We partner with beauty stores. We partner with influencer, and our social media campaign, sponsored ads, e-commerce sales. And we have beauty. We are organizing beauty events. And the first one is going to be in the coming months. Our team consists of myself, Onyemani Odo. I'm the founder of Amani Fresh World, and we have Emmanuel Odo. He's a co-founder with experience in marketing and business development. We have Wisdom Johnson, our operation manager. We have Dami Lola, our beauty advisor. She's over there. She's going to talk. Your wife, your mothers, your sisters, your. Okay, we are asking for, we are raising 50 million naira to be able to meet our targets. Thank you. Please, your wife, your sister, your mother. Yes, we would like to have a radiant skin in the. Yes, please, we have it in that room there. Wait, no, here. We have our products there, natural makeup products. Your skin health is our priority. Thank you.
Do you have giveaways as well? Okay. Okay, so the last person for this session will be no other person but Creative, Joel Opapi.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joel Opapi, and I think Mr. Obi has helped me. He has done a lot of part of the work that I need to do today. Yeah. So Creative is building a platform that unifies transaction for equipment. So if you're a photographer, if you're a digital content creator, if you're a videographer, when you come on this platform, you can easily find your equipment. And we are not just doing buying and selling, we are also doing rentals, and we are also doing servicing. I'm also in the creative business, and I understand the cost of this equipment. So it's one thing to be able to buy. If you ask most of the guys you see here, they order these things from Amazon, from eBay. It's one thing to buy abroad. It's another thing to be able to service them. So you bring them to Nigeria, you take them to Banex, somebody spoils them for you. Something you spent over 4 million or 5 million on, and you don't trust anybody again. So what Creative is doing is we're trying to bring back that trust. This is part of the point that was raised here earlier. We're trying to let you know that, oh, as a creative in Nigeria, get what you want to get and be sure that we're going to service it. Let me use the normal connection for most of us here, mechanics. So you buy your Benz, you buy your G-Wagon, and you take it to Apple mechanic and somebody spoils something. So now you've lost trust in all mechanics. Yeah, so what we are trying to do is we want to give you that peace of mind. So you can get your equipment, we know it's expensive, but we also want you to know that we have certified technicians here in the country that are going to help you service it with guarantee. So these are part of the things that Creative is doing. Okay, next slide, please. Our product is currently under development, and we have a timeline of 3 months. Once that is out, we are going to push that. And what we are doing to build traction for our product is that we've built a landing page where people can indicate interest. And so far, we have close to 250 or 500 people that are ready and willing to come on board. And these figures didn't just come from the air. I actually had to speak with these people. See Mr. Abraham behind you. He was part of my questionnaire. He filled it. So I really wanted to know, do people want this product I'm building? Am I just building in my bedroom? I'm thinking that people would use it. But no, people really want to use it. And currently, I have over 3 or 4 vendors that are waiting for my product to go live. So business model, we have 2 people in this transaction. We have the customers and we have the vendors. The vendors are like guys with in brick and mortar stores, like people in Banex. So there are some of these guys that have this equipment in their stores, but they don't have any form of publicity. So with Creative, you are coming online, we are giving you visibility, and you're also able to make more sales. And for customers like creatives, photographers, digital content creators, it's easy for you to get access to this equipment. Imagine like our graduation today. Yesterday, I was busy looking for a stand for my banner and I couldn't get. Imagine there's a platform where even overnight, with one order, I can get it in the morning to help you focus on better things and use your time well. So the market we are addressing is a 2 million opportunity. It's a 2 trillion opportunity. And 2 trillion opportunity, that is our total addressable market. And our SAM is 150 million, but we are taking it small, like we heard from our mentors today. We are starting small. We are targeting 2 million, our serviceable addressable market in Nigeria, and we are starting with Abuja and Lagos. Okay. So competition is, like I've mentioned some, we have B&H. If you're creative here, you probably know B&H. They're a huge company in the US. They do equipment rentals, they do equipment transactions. They even manufacture their own equipment. And we hope creative gets to that point later in the future. We have Jumia and we have social marketplaces like Facebook Marketplace. So people can also get from there. But the problem again is what we are trying to address is the gap in the market. Why go to Facebook? Why go to Jumia? Why go to B&H when you can come on Creative and see everything in one place? So that is what we are trying to do. And that is our unique selling point. Sorry. Previous slide, sorry. So that's our unique selling point. We are bringing everything for you in one place. Imagine you don't need to stress yourself browsing through different sites. You can just stay on Creative and get what you need. Okay, next slide, thank you. So go to market strategy. What we are doing right now is it's a tricky market to penetrate, right? Because how do you bring somebody from Jumia? How do you bring someone from Konga? How do you bring someone from Gigi to come on the platform? So what we are doing is it's like a carrot and stick approach. Most of creatives want jobs. They want jobs that they can do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to help them source these jobs. I'm going to be collaborating with Toby also on this when it comes to collaboration. We're going to help them bring it. When I tell Abraham, next week or this month, I have 5 gigs for you, he will rush to my platform. While he's on the platform, I tell him, you can also rent this Sony camera, you can also rent this flash, you can also rent this gear, and with that, I've already brought him to the platform and I'm creating a unified platform. So not just one offering, but different things at the same time. Okay. So my team currently is just me. I'm a product manager with over 6 years experience in e-commerce, in fintech, and also in retail. But I'm looking at hiring in
Okay, the technical guys seem to be carried away with cutting you guys off. So great guys. We'll do the second set, but we have some very special people in the house. And we want to give them some time to showcase. Now we have, for graduations, we have what we call product showcase. If we have a bigger venue, that's where, some of the founders will have, have their desk and then be able to talk about their product. But please, I want to encourage us, network with them afterwards, get to know what they're doing, get into their products. There's a lot of innovations for us in there. I mean, if not for Joel, I don't know what would have happened to the media today. It was It took how many hours to get this together? Because it was just yesterday, right? You know, so you can imagine you have an event and you don't need to worry about the videographer, the cameras and all, because there's a marketplace where you can just them up. Thank you, guys. It's already working and it's working here. Let's give a hand, for this guy. So we want to do product showcase and advert for our alumni. Yes. Okay, so we should do all of them. Okay, so when you have a horsewoman, let's give it a hand to Lady A. We know her as Lady A. So we're going to do something. The alumni in the house, so you guys just chill after the second round. So the second 4 will be coming up now. Is it 4? How many do we have here? 8. 8, right? And I think you're representing somebody. Who is that? Emmanuel Idili. Oh, okay. You'll be pitching for him. You're his co-founder. Okay. So you have your Emmanuel Idili's speech is up there. Great. Emmanuel is from the diaspora. So please, we'll take the second for Emeka, so you need to come back here. I was going to take over from Emeka because he would have come to advertise his product. So the second 4, let's get ready. And you see that the technical guy is trigger happy. So
Okay, without much ado, let's make welcome Trico. That is Chris Maman.
Hot seat pitch. Hot seat. Okay, now the mentor should be. It's the hot seat. Okay. Hi, my name is Chris Maman. I'm the founder of Trickle. Trickle is a banking app for tenants and target savers. It helps them achieve their financial obligation without stress. A lot of us have been in that situation where we defaulted or almost defaulted in meeting up our rent or other financial obligation, not because we are broke, but because we got carried away with other everyday activities and expenses that we forgot to put aside money for this particular obligation. I've been there severally. And so it's over 60 million Nigerian tenants who struggle to meet up their rental payments despite significant daily spending. This has led to over 2 million households and businesses facing eviction annually due to rental default. All of this are caused by poor saving culture, and that's why we built Trickle. Trickle is an AI-driven mobile banking app that automatically saves a fraction of every transaction you do. Cash transfer, bills payments, everything you do, is set to automatically, thereby making savings effortless. It also uses artificial intelligence to help you manage your finances, setting budgets and sending notification when you overspend or overshoot your budget. It makes personal finance management easy. Also, when your savings is not enough to meet up with your obligation, it helps to connect you to easy, low interest loans. Next slide. So these are products. It helps to user-friendly mobile app and card, ensures seamless interbank and intrabank transactions, easy bills and utility payment, consistent savings, and then effective budgeting, notification, and access to microloan. Next slide. So our market is quite large and juicy, being driven by 2 factors. One is the adoption of digital banking solution in Nigeria, and the other is the rate at which Nigerian urban cities is growing, this urbanization. And so we are addressing the $700 million opportunity within the $400 billion market. $400 billion, okay. So $400 billion, which is our TAM, is the total amount of money that was processed from 11 billion e-transaction last year, according to NIPS. And so our SAM also is 700 million. And looking at 2% penetration in the first 3 years, our SOM is $14 million. Next slide. And so we have launched the pilot version, and then within 3 months, we got 1,100 users, raised a revenue of $500. Right now, we've partnered with the bank to launch the open loop version that will see our app integrated into the Nigerian banking system, so you can use it across all platforms. Next slide. This is our revenue model. Basically, we charge 0.7% on all outbound payments, and then 2 to 5% on bills and utilities. Next slide. So this is a financial projection. We are projecting to acquire 70,000 users in 1 year that will see our revenue grow to $840K and then grow this user base to 6 million in 5 years. That will see our revenue grow to $72 million in 5 years. Next slide. And in order to achieve this, we intend to acquire users using offline and online models, channels, especially social media, affiliate marketing, and then partnering with existing businesses to onboard their existing users through a special affiliate program. Next slide. Yes, we have competition, but we stand out with our unique user programmable rent card, our AI-driven system, and our effortless saving mechanism. Next slide. So this is my team. This is my third startup, so I come with a lot of experience in management. My CFO has over 10 years experience in the bank. My CTO has done several projects of this nature. And my CEO, this is his third startup also, and he comes with a lot of experience in management. Next slide. So we are seeking $65K in funding to help us achieve 10K MRR in the first 3 months, after which we'll grow it to 200K the next month, and then up to so basically we're seeking for 65K in funding to achieve 10K MRR in 3 months. Next slide. So we're on mission to make personal finance management easy for tenants in Nigeria. Please join us on this journey. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good presentation. Okay, so next online is no other person but Change App, Emmanuel Edili.
So, good day, everyone. As the name implies, Change App, every penny counts. A very simple solution, what it does is collect change instead of giving you physically, gives you digital change. So your change is being collected into an app so that you can use it, for other things. The issue is that $15 billion in loose change in the United States alone. So Change App is starting there because most of the co-founders are based in the US. So that's why you can see a lot of US. It is inconvenience for customers because of wallet clusters. Time consuming for retailers. Most of the stores, they have time issues to manage. So there is $3 billion estimated in associated cost to order change alone. And then $6 billion cost associated with opening drawers. So that is why Change App is coming to solve this dilemma. We are transforming change. It helps merchants to collect change on behalf of customers. So customers will not have to collect raw change and go away with it. What they do is it collects into the app, and then it can be used for investment, for savings, and all that. Next slide. So the market, the total addressable market is about $504 million in the US. The serviceable addressable market is about half of that, about $200 million. So we're looking at 1.5% to 2% transaction fee on a 17.4 billion change dispensed every year, most especially by Gen Zs and the millennials. So the SOM are looking at $10 million, that's 5% of 1.2% transaction fee. Next slide. So why now? We're looking at the Gen Zs. They are most of the target market for this app. Their total spend is about 30 trillion by 2030. That's the estimate. And they have a strong brand loyalty towards alternative payment methods. So 61% of the Gen Zs are still open to using cash for transaction. That's according to Deloitte research. Next up, please. Next. So the business model is simple. Customer transaction fee of 2%. And then that's for under $10. So if you are doing $10 and below, there's a transaction fee of $10. While if you are doing 10 cents, up to 10 cents per transaction, then our own fee comes down for every $10 and above. So we're looking at $15 subscription for the merchant. So merchant will subscribe, to the app and then discount on gift card. Next slide. So far, we've been able to do traction here. We've been able to do about $35,000 while looking at building 450 partnerships already. So next slide, please. Who are our competitors? Change App is there, Acorns, Cash App, and PayPal. These are our major competitors. However, most of the competitors are not doing what Change App is doing, which is collecting the digital cash and transferring or helping to invest on behalf of the investors.
Good everyone. So my name is Mike. I'm a co-founder of Konix. Konix is an e-commerce petroleum trading app. We also are streamlining the green energy solutions, but that one is not integrated yet. So we are coming to that. So what we want to do is we want to reduce logistic challenges, time wastage, and also inconveniences in buying petroleum products. But you may begin to ask if this is necessary at all. Why not, if you want to buy petroleum product, why not just go to filling station and get your product? The reason why you have to use our app is because according to Deloitte's research, 95% of petroleum buyers are unhappy with current sourcing methods. This affects most especially us here in Africa, where we have unstable electricity. So we have to depend on regular supply of petroleum product in order to run our business successfully. And also taxi drivers, they rely on petroleum product in order for them to run their business effectively. And the problem is that, still go back to the side, the challenge is here that there's logistic challenges. Many times people want to go and buy petroleum products, but they don't know which filling station to go to because most time there are scarcities of petroleum products. So they want to go and get product, but they don't know which filling station they are selling at the moment. And also the lack of insights. They can't know who has product or not. And dishonesty. Many times these petroleum stations, they are dishonest. Most of them adjust their meter price, so ripping some customer of their money. So that's why we are bringing a Konix app to be able to change some of this problem. The next app. So what Konix does is that Konix brings convenience, trust, and accessibility in buying petroleum products. With Konix app, you can use your mobile phone to connect to people who are buying selling petroleum products using your phone. or even your computer. So what Konix does is that with Konix app, you are able to see open sellers. Once you go to the app and you open it, you'll be able to see filling stations around you, the product they have, and you also see locate the product. You see the distance between you and the closest filling station around you. You also know sellers rating. We talked earlier that most of these petroleum vendors, many of them are dishonest. So with Konix app, you'll be able to see the ratings of these people that sells products, and you know who to go and get your product from. And you can also know price details. If you want to buy product, you can also see the price list and you decide who to buy from or not. And you also be informed of traffic. We're integrating a satellite that help you to know the filling station and see the situation report at the filling station. You'll be able to know how many people are in the filling stations, and then you'll be able to, especially when through emergency or when you are busy, you just want to go and get your product quickly. You don't want scarcities. You don't want to be on the queue. You're able to see, use our app to know the nearest filling stations, see how many people are there in the filling station, and then you can quickly navigate to the filling station that you want to buy your product from. Or even if you want to order product, you'll be able to see the person that is free that you can get your product from. Our app, we have traction, and our app is already live. Right now, you can go to our website and you can buy product right now. Well, the problem is that we are not connecting everybody now. If you're buying product from our app now, you have to buy for 1,000 liters. So we are still refining the solution so that everybody, even if you want to buy 2 liters, you want to buy 3 liters, be able to connect you to the place that you are going to get your product. But right now, if you want to buy product from our app, it's from 1,000 liters. And presently, we have about 205 sellers who have onboarded on our app who are already selling their product. And we have 1,000 buyers who are already buying product using our website. And so far, we have also generated $2,750. So people love the solution we are providing. Go to the next slide. The way we make money from Konix is through payment procession. With Konix app, if you want to buy products, we're also helping people not to, with the stress of many times when you go to filling station, you want to buy products. Most times they don't have change, so they eat your money. So we are helping you with app. You'll be able to process payments. You can use our app just to make payments when you are buying products there. Very stress-free. We also make commissions.
So we'll have just 2 more, and we'll call them up immediately. The next in line is the second female founder that I found today, Legume. Choma, a round of applause for her.
Hi, everyone. My name is Choma Habara. I'm a lawyer and the founder of Legume Limited. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Next slide. Just one person. Oh, okay. I would like to ask, have you ever heard this phrase? Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Exactly. So you are supposed to know what your rights are. In the eyes of the law, you're supposed to know what to do. But whereby we do not know what our rights are. We can see that there's a very big disconnect. It means that more people are getting into trouble without knowing how to get a solution or without information as to what's better. Next slide, please. And in Nigeria alone, 102 million Nigerians fall within the justice gap every year. This is because of limited access to legal information as well as services. Next slide, please. So as our solution, we built out the Legi mobile application. Now, the Legi mobile app is solving everyday justice problems. We're not saying, oh, we are solving problems of people who are already in court or dragging issues with their landlord or something more heavy, but the everyday justice problems, things as simple as getting an affidavit, things as simple as signing a document, understanding what the document entails, things as simple as connecting with legal aid around you and being able to enforce what your rights are. Next slide, please. So for our product, using the Legi mobile app, you can ask a question, book an appointment, consult with your lawyer, and use our AI to analyze complex legal documents. With our AI, you can analyze documents faster as well as cheaper. Just imagine being able to review a legal agreement for 10,000 naira. Where do you see that in Nigeria? Next slide, please. So our traction we've been building. I personally, as a founder, I try to ensure that each month we are able to mark a significant change or a significant growth within our organization. It might not be something huge, but something as little as adding a new team member is important to me and is important to the growth of our organization. And with Legium is youth focused, Legium is youth centric, Legium is justice centric. Next slide, please. At the beginning, I just mentioned that Legium is justice centric. And with that, we've been able to build relationship with other justice stakeholders and other people ensuring or promoting access to justice within Nigeria and outside Nigeria. Our partners list includes private organizations, NGOs, civil organizations, as well as the government. Happy to announce that by the 5th of September, we're going to be signing an MOU with the Human Rights Commission. Next slide, please. So the market is quite big. I mentioned that in Nigeria alone, every year, 102 million people experience one justice problem or the other. So in sub-Saharan Africa, we have about, this is not clear, I think that is 600 million people who would experience one justice problem or the other, creating an estimated loss of $65 billion. Imagine $65 billion being lost every year because of one justice problem or the other. Within Nigeria, that is $14.5 billion. Next slide, please. So our features comparison. We're not the first to do what we're doing. There are other legal tech applications. We're also as well competing with the traditional legal industry. But the beauty about Legium is that, one, Legium takes advantage of technology, especially advanced technology like AI, and we're also gearing towards the area of blockchain technology. Secondly, Legium is youth-focused because we clearly understand that the youth are very much left out of important conversations, one of which is justice. Then thirdly, we take advantage of community and as well as impact projects. Our slogan is people-centered, impact-driven, ensuring that as we're building, we're giving back to the community.
main debaters. So I got to the stage now, and I started debating. You know, you've crammed those things. You just, I started speaking, and then after a while, I forgot my line. I had to go back and start afresh. But that was fantastic. A round of applause for Legume. Okay, so we have the last two people, and I'll quickly call them. The next online is Dosubi, Trace Hot. A round of applause for him. Supposedly the last, but now the second to the last. A round of applause for Tornado Tech, Babatunde.
Good evening, everyone. Data is everything. And without a systematic way to keep data clean in Africa, bad decisions will continue to happen. My name is Balogun Batunde. I'm building research gains, a data collection, documentation, and accessibility. Structure is poor. The picture on your left will give you a glimpse of what I'm talking about. In tertiary institutions, we have this issue of data documentation. We have issues of poor data collection. We have issues of lack of interest in research. And we are building the software to solve the infrastructure, the technological infrastructure for data collection, documentation, and accessibility. About 80% of Nigerian institutions manually document their data. This is a huge problem and contributes significantly to the underdevelopment of Africa as a continent. Next slide, please. So what do? We are ensuring 100% data collection service. So this platform is more or less like a social data intelligence, the largest social data intelligence in Africa. So we have researchers, they come to our platform, they collect data on our platform, they get respondents to respond to their platform, to their surveys, and we have real-time analytics that analyzes this data for them. And we also ensure localized, we have localized languages where you can target respondents down to local levels. Next slide, please. So as I've said, so our product offers qualitative and quantitative survey creation, respondents targeting down to local levels. Our AIs ensures you creating surveys in English, and you can target someone who only speaks Hausa and answer those surveys in Hausa. And we also ensure automated data analysis and earning opportunities. So how does it work? Researchers pay per respondents. Part of this money are given to respondents to come to our platform to fill surveys. So it makes it easier and it makes it faster. And we also ensure that factual data collection processes. Our respondents are targeted according to their demography. You can target their age, you can target their location, you can target anything at all on our platform. And we filter using our sampling technique to ensure only the right respondents get to see the surveys, and they fill the surveys for you. And we also track their location using our GPS. And we also have several, we ensure data privacy using our data encryption processes, amongst others, to ensure factual data collection in order to make data-driven decisions to help the economy. Next slide. So attraction. So we've on our first iteration, we were able to onboard over 20 researchers and over 2,000 respondents. We just released our second iteration last week, and we already have over 30 lecturers across 7 universities already making use of this our product. We've collaborated with the University of Lagos. We've gotten grants from the Innovation to Markets of the University of Lagos, backed up by the UK Aid and RUSA. Hey. Okay, so basically that is it. We project $30 million in revenue in the next 5 years, and we are trying to target the academic sector. As I've said, we have about 2 million undergraduates and about 400,000 postgraduates in Nigeria, and we are targeting 5% of the undergraduates and 30% of the postgraduates. We are cutting. Our platform makes it very easy for your research. Researchers basically in the postgraduate level spend an average of 200,000 for the collection, and researchers in as students, they spend about 50,000 naira for their data collection processes. But with our platform, they'll be spending far less, about 60% cuts. So they spend about 10 to 15,000 naira for undergraduates, and postgraduates spend about 100,000 naira, 80 to 100,000 naira, which makes it very easy. If you want to collect data in Kaduna, you don't have to travel to Kaduna. We already have respondents there. We are trying to collaborate with B2C companies to ensure we have more pools of respondents to come into our platform to help us in getting the right data for making our decision. Okay, our competitive advantage. So basically, we are the first here in Africa doing this. We have our competitors, but they are targeting the African market. I don't know why, but I feel Africans are meant to solve our problems ourselves. So we have access, we also have access to public data sets. So we have a search in.
Tenado Tech. Okay, so please, we are calling on Taylor. You have a package outside. Please kindly go out to collect your package. The next presenter is Trace Hot.
As they say, save the best for last. My name is Dosubi, and founder and CEO of Cohort. So imagine a situation where you wake up in a new apartment. Let's say you are 2 weeks new into the apartment and you discover that all your properties are floating on water, excreta is on the surface everywhere. You put your leg down, you step on water, your laptop, they are all in water. And then you start regretting that, how did I get this kind of apartment? This is the kind of situation that Cohort is helping us solve. And this problem can be wasted funds, wasted time, increased health risk, increased security vulnerability, and diminished productivity. So these problems, you won't see them where you are trying to rent the apartment, but with Cohort, we are trying to, next slide. So with Cohort, we are trying to ensure that everyone that wants to get an apartment can see all the issues of that apartment that are posted by previous or current tenants. That way, it is a very transparent process. So Cohort is a mobile app basically that helps prospective those are looking to rent an apartment to be able to see reviews of previous or past tenants, so that it will help them in informing their decision of what getting a better apartment. And these are the key features that we are also offering to make the system more robust. Please go back to the previous slides. So we are having verified tenant reviews, property reputation management, and AI-powered analysis for fraud prevention. So the verified tenant reviews is such that anybody that puts in a particular review, we don't just take their word for it. They have to verify that they are a tenant of that location via submitting their tenancy agreement so that we can verify it. And also they have to showcase that they are they are human also. So please, next slide. So this is the mobile app. We have two faces of the mobile app where tenants actually put in their review, and the other side where prospective tenants come to check reviews. So this is a kind of, because a mobile app, this is a flow of how tenants can put in their review. They enter their address, they put in a rating, they okay, I can change the apartment or I won't get this apartment. That's like, so it's a premium model. And the way this model works is that people that want to get an apartment, after 3 or 4 viewing of apartment platform, pay about $3 average to see other apartment reviews. And we are looking at 35 users in 12 months to get a revenue of $100,000 in 1 year. Next. So we are here in Africa and we are here in Nigeria, and we are the only niche focused platform in the entire hemisphere. So we have competitors like who have been acquired just this year for £8 million, and that's also a strategy for us. And probably makes a yearly revenue of $9 million. Also an exit point for our investors. So we're also offering tenants as paying customers and AI as our unique features. Next, please. So the market is huge. We have about $129 million dollars in the market from 43 million rental households in Nigeria, and we are targeting just $2 million dollars for 5% of the entire market. Next slide. So currently, we've developed the mobile app, so I can't see this very clearly. We've developed the mobile app, and we have a growing community. So the mobile app is in the beta testing phase, where we have about 1,000 people currently testing using the WhatsApp community. So let's move on. So we gain customers by partnering with agents and tenant communities, enhanced with a reward-based referral system. So when we get our community growing, we introduce a referral system where each person you bring to the platform to be able to put their review is able to bring in people and get benefits of bringing in people. So next. So this is a testament to kind of leadership role I've played in the past. So I'm a tech founder of about 15 years experience. I've worked as director of engineering in 2 major international firms, and most of the people as my advisors here are my mentors and my past department heads. So I've been able to create a relationship where I can work with people and ensure that we deliver a good product. And we have about 70 people currently on the team, even though we don't have the app out yet. So let's move on. So we are seeking 150,000 USD to be able to finish developing the app and be able to enter into both Lagos and Abuja market.
Okay, I would like to, before you come up, sir.
Okay.
Maybe you do the call. So I would like to say that this story about a guy who works in a furniture company. So every day he takes a wheelbarrow and packs dust into a small container, places in the wheelbarrow, and he writes it out. And then he keeps doing that every day. And then the security man met him one day and said, "You are stealing something, but you need to tell me what exactly you are stealing, because I have a feeling they're stealing something. Every day you are going," because he would ask him, open it, he will open it, and then it's dust, you know, the dust that comes out from furniture, like it's a waste. And then he will say, "Oh, I'll use it to go and sort out some things in my house." So, and every day he was always putting it in the wheelbarrow and riding it out. And he kept asking him, "What are you stealing? Just tell me. I'll cover you up. I'll reveal the secret." Guess what it is? He now told him, "Can you guess?" He now said, "What I'm stealing is actually the wheelbarrow." You know, sometimes you can so focus on something and you leave the big picture of whether it's your business. And a lot of times at that initial stage, you may not exactly know what you're doing. Even as you've pitched, you may not know exactly what you're doing. You sound so good and cool like we did in our time. And then it's time to execute. You're like, okay, I'm not sure I want to do this thing. You know, the reality of life hits you. And I can to say that fantastic ideas. I'm impressed with the things I've listened myself. And I must say that I'm happy that Nigeria is going to actually become, with the quality of what I'm hearing and what you have presented today, there is hope. And I want to encourage you. Don't give up. You may stop, you may not initially push this, but don't give up on it. I look forward that you get to the top of where your dreams and your expectations are, and we'll come celebrate you. And when it's time, please call me. I'd like to celebrate with you. Please, a round of applause for every one of them. As I call
very
on
much.
Shagun. Thank you.
Thank you so much. By the way, Emeka was in one of our courts. So let's alumni. So great. So quickly we'll be doing the presentation, but before the presentation, we want to give room for some alumni. If you check page 24 of your program here, you'll see a list of companies. I mean, just off my head, I'm sure some of you know companies like Udemy. You know, those are brands that have been built just like these guys here have been built. And we have some of them in the room right now, not to Demi, so some of you don't begin to think, don't begin to look around and say where he is. So we've got some alumni here, and we just want them to, spend 1 or 2 minutes, 2 minutes to tell us about the experience here and also how far with their product development. I would love to start from, I think the eldest, yeah, not in age, but in terms of when he got into, I think JD Lab, what cohort was that? Cohort 3. You guys are cohort 4, Abby. Cohort 4, 5. In seniors, you guys. Please, let's give our hands for JD Lab. Just talk to us for 2 minutes. And guys, please listen to him. He's been here, he's seen it and seen more.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Abdul, not JD Lab anymore. I think FI changed that. Yeah, it's Tespa now. Sorry, I'm a little bit feeling under the weather. I'm just going to speak for 2 minutes, and I'm not pitching either. So it's just testimonies. I mean, the founder of Tespa. What we're doing is trying to solve a problem that we saw in EdTech management and systems market. We did a research and we saw about 500 schools were losing revenue, and it was alarming that we saw about $1 billion was being lost annually, and it was so huge. And we were like, I think we have to double down. And on that as well, we discovered that a lot of people building in the AI market that are specifically focusing on EdTech, they're having a challenge of the market to work with, the infrastructure to build on and all of that. So what we did was to phase our idea, and we're currently working on the part where we're helping schools generate more revenue now, right? And then we're actually transitioning to become a data-first company. We're going to build a platform where people building the EdTech space could leverage our data so they could build better and get more insights and the likes. So I think with FI, I'm just gonna say that FI would help you become the right founder. What I could tell was when we were doing JD Lab, it was just too big. We're making money, but we're building in isolation, so we didn't really know what's happening in the market. So we didn't know how to build it uniquely and stuff like that. And then there was a part where you were just hiring people, thinking that everything is just gonna work as you're planning and all of that. But I mean, it wasn't. So when we met FI was able to help us demystify the idea better. I think from FI, we got 2 companies. Now we have an innovation hub, which is also trying to prepare people for the FI cohorts and the likes. And then where I'm overseeing, what I'm overseeing now, which Tespa is what I do every day, where we're doing this EdTech problem that I told you I was solving. So FI helps you identify, for like a part where you become a right founder. I mean, there's a part where you reality begins to kick in, and then you begin to ask yourself, really, am I the one to solve this problem? Nigeria is dealing with you, family issues, market issues, you're trying to raise funds, nobody's understanding what you're saying. But I mean, FI would tell you that you're the right person. I mean, if you're not, how many of many people did apply for this? About 200, people wanted this, and you can see the numbers that we are churned down to. And I mean, even while you're on the session as well, a lot of people did hit the dropout, I did have a lot of those moments as well. So FI gives you the platform to build through the ecosystem as well. I mean, I've traveled across the continent a lot of time, especially last year, it was for free. All I was just doing was sampling markets, and all I just kept doing was telling my stories about how it has helped, shaping me to become a better founder and stuff like that. And then the next thing is there's an opportunity in Accra, are you willing to go, and stuff like that. And then we went there, we tell a lot of stories, and it's like, there's no anywhere like home. And this is the biggest market you have in Africa, but there's always a thing where if you solve it here, you can solve it anywhere or something. So FI did help us with, that as well. So there's one big thing I think you can get from FI, the hard feedback. I remember when they were telling us, no, 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 no. So it's like, they really want us to grow, or just, we've done business, we've made a lot of money, we've signed deals, someone is telling you this idea is not going to work at large scale, and you think the person is your enemy or something. I think it's not. It's the hard feedbacks that you needed, to scale a product. It's beyond knowing how to build a product. It's understanding of the market. You have to build a thick skin and all of that, so to know that the feedbacks you're getting are supposed to add to your pieces of puzzle that is missing or something, So you get those hard feedbacks from the mentors, and then after the cohort, the main cohort, I was opportunity. I think I'm one of the Nigerians that had done the funding lab as well. After the cohort, I think I didn't stop there. I was like, where's the fun, So FI would not give you the fish, rather FI would teach you how to hunt for the fish when you get to the river, So where was the fun? I attempted for the first time the funding lab, I was rejected, and my tractions were not good enough. Second time, I think I got in. So I was like, okay, well, I'm here. What do I do now? Started speaking to a lot of global investors. I realized that the pitching we did, there was no that point where you're able to build your story right, because it was just all about 2 minutes. You have to figure out who your audience is. You have to empathize, and see through where he's thinking from, so you can be able to pitch yourself accordingly or stuff like that. But when I got through funding lab, it was all clear. Like, this is how to go about the funding. You can't see the funding, being handed over, but funding is there. You just have to hack through the system, the network, and your investors as well. So I could tell after funding lab, we got the skills to raise funding. We're talking to a lot of global investors. In fact, as we speak, the emails are there. You could see our story, how we're getting the funding. We're trying to announce a pre-seed by end of Q3. So we there was a time that we even closed out. What FI would teach you, like I said, is that being a resilient founder. There was time we closed out globally, but the dollar basketballs, came around February when dollar was reading around 6. So a lot of investors that we got on board, they lost confidence with Nigeria. So now we're like, we'll back off. Let's see what the macro issues, come up with first before we come. But what we just did was to localize. We started educating people from the north that is how you can invest in startups. So that's what FI would do for you. FI would tell you not to give up giving, and at the same time tell you that this is where you could, do it. So amidst all of this, I can't count how many things that we've done through the network. Mentors till today, post-program support. You hit them up, they're giving you 1 minute. We're trying to sign a deal. They give you that on 30 seconds. So I can tell that if I would tell you how to hack into these mentorship, platforms, how to vision entire process. During the sprints, you'd have seen how what you think of in next 10 years. I think these things were not joke. Another thing again is the fact that I think I was about publishing an article some moments back in the morning, how FI would show you the Navy SEAL way. How many of us know through? Yeah, so you just have to hang on there, and keep figuring out, because all ideas are not really formed at once. It's in the process and in the journey that you get to see how you can navigate. And I think one thing I got about FI was becoming a leader. I'm sure a lot of people have made a lot of remarks regarding that. I think Nigeria is not on becoming again. Nigeria is coming. Where Nigeria is consumed on daily basis, music, food, culture, new norms, and everything. Everybody wants to associate with Nigeria. So that's already is an added advantage to whatever you're building. So it's going to be easy for you to tap into the global market. And like I said, we're currently raising, we're trying to close our seed round. And I could tell you how many number of investors have spoken, maybe close to 300. And about 75 did respond, and some they said they would want to invest in the next stage, especially when you're dreaming this big, through African journey and all of that. So I wouldn't want to bore you with a lot of talks, but FI will do it for you. Thank you.
Did you hear that? 300. How many have you spoken to? Please, Rework Academy. And also, let's shift forward. So you have 2 minutes, and so we can do the presentation.
Hi, everyone. I'm an indoor rat, actually. I don't like to come out. I like to do my thing just inside. So today they dragged me out, and I'm here. I'm like, oh, sitting down 2 hours on my back with a penny. What is this? All of that back and forth. But the thing about what we do was that I'm Rework Academy, and we develop skill tech talent. In the last 2 weeks, we've had our graduates getting jobs at Bank of Britannia and then working from Nigeria remotely with the Bank of Britannia. We've also seen our graduates finding their own companies and all of that. We've seen NASDAQ on our doorstep. We have their employees have been trained with us. We have all of that going on. So the thing is that I'm in Dora, but from what we gathered from FI over time, we drag them to us. So it's not about FI is that what it did for us that they have ability to go back and look at the business all over again. So when I got in, it's like, oh, I already know what I'm doing, right? So why am I here? But the next thing is, well, how do I look at this again? So answering those questions, those weekly feedback and all of those things, they're like, can I look at this again? Why did I even come in the first place? Can I check this again? And then you're waiting for the next feedback, especially those speech time when it's time to speak, like, what? You get everything ready and all of that. You're wondering what the feedback will be, and somebody saying two. Like, what do you mean two? I've been awake since last night practicing this speech, and you tell me two for what? So at the end of the day, the ability to go back and then look at this over and over again till this very day. I can just wake up in the morning and say, I'm shutting this cost down. I don't see a future in it. I'm bringing this one up. And it, like, why would you do that? We have students for it. No, we don't need this. This is not going to work. And in the last 1 year, I've shut down over 4 courses and brought back new ones because I have to keep rethinking the whole process over and over again. And then for those of you who are looking for how to, he's talking about the fundraising and all of that. I know where I saw your eye, is that right? Well, later I go shop on that. Anyway, you realize that at the end of the day, we have to learn how to bootstrap too. Yeah, so for me, bootstrapping is what has kept me here to this very point, right? I bootstrapped my way all the way with employees working on all of that. We just bootstrapping our way. So Mr. Shegun, okay, last time was telling me, it's okay, stop bootstrapping. You just have to go out now. And like, it's what has brought us this far, right? So we're always fighting from within and seeing all of that, but I think it's time to come out. So I'll start coming out from time to time. The weather outside looks dull, but it's okay. So it's the ability to rethink, please. Whatever you do, look at that business again and rethink. Like you were saying, the name the course for his business wasn't the name that was before, right? You change the name. You rethink the whole process again. Most times the idea looks so fantastic. It's amazing. Like, oh my God, this is the best idea. But look at it again. Rethink. Will this work? So most times when they tell us, oh, I'm giving you 2 because of this and because of that, and they're like, you don't even know the business I'm into and all of that. But you go back and say, what they said is true. Can I look at this again? Can I adjust this again? Because there's actually something. My people will say that the person that entered the bush first is the older person in the bush. It doesn't matter how old you are outside, but in that bush is the older person. So when you are seeing things, he has gone through industry and said, this will not work. And you're saying, no, for what I've been doing for the past 5 years. Believe me, you might look at it again and realize this might not actually go beyond the next 1 year. It might not work. So your goal is to look at every single thing you're doing every single day. And that iteration, right? You just look at it and say, will this work? Will this not work? Let me take this out. And then another thing again is cut some things off. That's what I learned from FI. You don't carry so many things. You know, I'm the founder of this, we do this, we do that, we do this, we do that. Senior man, calm down. Cut it off. You have to look at the situation where you say, what will work now? What exactly will work now? What is it that if I wake up tomorrow morning, I can do it and I can do it so well and it will work? And that is what it taught me to do. Because when we came, we were trying to do this, trying to do that. I'm like, no, no, no. What exactly will actually play out if I put my sleepless night into this? What will work out? Today they come to the World Academy, knowing it as one academy you come to, your children will never go back the way they came. Of course, and we're telling you, if you don't do it, we'll throw them out because they know of our quality. And we do that over and over again with over 90% placement rate. We've done it over and over again. And they keep coming back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then we also help. If you have any issues, Mr. Shegun knows, if you have any issues, reach out. We can always talk together. We can always look at things. You can look at the way that we can retweak that thing again. It's in our nature. It's what we do. It's what we do. So when we look at the pitches sometimes, like, we can do this again. We can actually look at this. If that pitch it this way, it's better off this way. Or let's look at this business again. From where you're starting from might not be the place you're supposed to start from. Can we trace back? You understand? So there are times like, okay, this business doesn't need the platform now. What it needs is just a community to start with. Can we look at this? Oh, it doesn't need even to be on any point. It just have to be a physical business. Let's start with it first of all. I actually learned that the hard way. We built a system, we build the online platform, build every single thing. And then we are knocking doors and meeting people, see, use. And then nobody's using. And then I pause and I look at myself, I say, I can teach. I can really teach like I teach. So I went back and I looked for a space. So just the dining space in the house, in the family house. It's not like it's outside, it was a dining space. And I told people, I can teach you programming. And then they came in and would sit down on the dining space when my family have gone to work. I started my own work in the house. So we started teaching one day, like that. So then we've gone from that to having our own build. So we have multiple classes running side by side, and it's going on weekend, weekday. I work 7 days a week. So that's what I mean, Dora, because there's so much to do. I work 7 days a week. So we run this whole process. So we now have partners coming in. We are looking at them from the US, from the UK. We have students going across over 6, 7 countries now. So it's like we just do that and it's for fun. And we do it easily, right? Because of what we've seen and what we'll be able to do over time. And we've done this by just rethinking the process again. So you guys, I feel like an elder now, right now. But I'm advising you guys now. I feel very. I did the first one, and then I dropped out, yes, and I came back again. I messed it there. I came back again. Yeah, yeah, I dropped out. The same time I dropped out too. I was there, I dropped out and I came back. A lot to look at, right? You look at all of those agreement back and forth. I know most of us have struggled with that. The agreement, the 2.5, they did all of those, and you keep dragging here and there. At the end of the day, for what? If you don't make the money, what are they collecting? So we are looking at how to make the money. If we make it, they will cost. Okay, if they will help us make this money, then let's just give it to them. What's the 2.5%? So all of this we have to look at, right? Every single day you have to look at this whole process again. So your names, your company names are quite sweet or trickle, all of that, amazing names. If the need comes and you have to change, you change your name. It doesn't matter. Thank you so much.
I know you went from 2 edtechs. Now let's stick to the medtech. So that you don't think that FI is all about edtech. Yeah. Next part.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jose. I'm actually the founder of GetRate. Well, I'm glad for this opportunity and congratulations once again. I don't know where to start anyway, but I'm glad that my coach actually speak before I speak, because one thing about the startup world is that it's actually a boring journey. There will be a time you look back and forth, there's nobody there. So you need a coach. And something I've learned over the time with FI is how to pivot. Thank you very much, Ma. See, you just need to learn how to pivot. He says so much about that. So I will not be spending too much time, trying to advise you guys or tell you anything, because I believe there's enough that has been put on you. But however, my startup at this time, what we do, we help women have easy access to their reproductive health care services. So what are we doing now? We help women conceive, we help them along their pregnancy journey, and even take care of their infant. So far, we've achieved success. We have 30 women who have given birth on our platform, and we've helped 15 women, conceive over the time. And we did this in just 4 months. And we believe as time goes on, we will expand and build up our platform. But however, learn how to use the resources that is available. At the time when I was in FI, immediately I graduate, my big problem was, okay, let me look for a co-founder to start building my product. Let me, just try putting out those code there. But that wasn't the case. I thank God for the coach that said, use existing platform, learn through those process, then you make errors and correct yourselves before you now have your own platform that you build. I can tell you now, still on WhatsApp is amazing. Yes, I have failed partnership that I wanted to run with two technical guys. They feel they are the boss because they're the one writing the code. But me, I'm actually the marketer. So what if you write the whole code finish and there's nobody patronizing your product? So it's always like that. So I don't have too much to say. I think I'm just going to end here. And thanks to one of my big boss here, he has always been an helping hand. I remember when I visit Ajuma at the office, and it was like I was going to F5 for the second time. He said, Sam, go back to F5, start from work one, assignment one, and look at it and say, man, do you know what I went through before? How do you expect me to go back to another 3-month program? No. I just said, F5, it looks like amazing place to be. Thank you very much.
So thanks so much. I will go quickly to what? So I thought it was so you know you see that it's better. Go on, sir. Just kidding. That struck to me. So most times I make it a very intentional effort to call him the real name is switched to. So please come up here. Just stumble. You guys will join Lady A in awarding this so that you pass the baton. Manuel Samose. Okay. Are you off? You're off. Okay. So you guys will join. Emeka, so you join. I'll be calling the names and then they'll be coming out to receive their awards. Okay. So first off, in no particular order, so that you don't begin to think. In no particular order, Michael Emmanuel. I've always been scolding him. Really. So. And next, Oyemani Odo. By the way, they have a beauty place there, so the ladies can go in and do some makeup after this. And if you're a gentleman and you're confused about who you are, you can go to the after. Oyemani. And next is Babatunde Balogun. Congratulations. And then Dosubi Joshua, Trace Arts. Congratulations. And then Abubakar Sani Ali. What's the next one? Okay. Sani. And also, Emmanuel Ebili is also not here. He's the diasporan, but someone is here to pick up for him. And the next is Chioma Ihegwara. Legumes. So we know we won't have legal problems again. Congratulations, Chioma. And next is Girl of Happy. My creative. We got to clap together. Thank you, sir. And then Christopher Maman, Trickle. When they said if you need to change the name, change the name. I saw the look on your face. We had plenty discussions about the name. Toby Akinyele, another creative. I'm hoping to see you guys in Clapo. So congratulations. And of the people present, Abdul Jalal, Simply Finance. Very simple. Finance is very simple until you steal money. Thank you very much. We have a couple of people not here, but I want to announce their name so that we know. We have Okpe Betley, Zeta Kolo. I think she's online. Tokwe, congratulations. She's online. We have Sulaiman Durojaye. Sulaiman Durojaye is also online. Congratulations. That's Stricto. And then we have Mohamed Shamshuddin, DinoSoft, Innovation of that's Inclusivo. They're also online. Congratulations to all of you. And we're looking for greater things ahead. Like they said, the journey has. I'll hand over to Lydia for closing remarks, right?
Wow, what a day. And a joyful one at it. So congratulations once again. And so the world is before you to conquer, and don't fall our hand. Don't fall our hand. We'll keep track. Yes. And we're a phone call away, so reach out whenever you can. And I mean, you've heard from those that have gone before you, the network is there for you to leverage on. Yeah, seriously, as much as you want. And just plug in. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. And like I always say, we have a country to build. So if you do what you're doing right, jobs are created. There's no need to jack back. And you heard all of what Obi said. All of that analysis. Okay, all of the analysis, that he shared about, the ecosystem and how we can tap into it. Our market is so huge. So if you engage rightly, it's innovation. Innovation. So, but what's the step you have taken? That's the first step. And if you were able to go through it, I think the rest of the journey is not that difficult, even with new other ideas that, you just run it through the same template. Because that's what these guys also do. So I wish you all the best. And it's been a great pleasure being your mentor, your coach, your MD. My delight and honor. and I don't take it for granted. It's how would I say, like when I say, oh, this is a good time to be a Nigerian, some people will be wondering, but this gives me joy when I see how you have moved from idea, to validation. It's really, really, really encouraging. And so there is hope for the generations even after you. And I do believe that we'll get it right. And you're part of that history, right? Me, I'm you people's mommy. It's true now. But I've retired since. But this what I am passionate about, because I can see the future that I hold. So congratulations once again. And to our guests, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for staying up till this time. I know we started late, we'd have finished earlier, but we're really, really grateful. There's a Namdi here who came in from the US, right? Yeah, yes. He's been following us online for a while now. So he's here. He came with a partner. So hopefully, I think your partner should be joining FI soon. And, and so for our alumni that are also here, thank you so much. We're grateful and we're proud of the work that you're doing. And for those of you who have ideas, or somebody that has an idea, and you are still sitting on the fence, come and go to school. Come and go to the School of Entrepreneurs. So our next cohort is starting in October. So we already have a call for applications. Let's see the link, please. The it's fi.co/apply/Abuja. Okay, it's on the back page of the brochure. So let's all take a minute out, take our phones out, and forward that link to one or two people that you know might need to join an FI program. fi.co/apply/Abuja. fi.co. I don't see phones though. If it's WhatsApp now, fi.co/apply/Abuja. Forward the link to two people that you know have ideas and should be working on something so that they can apply to the program. They might just be lucky they will get sponsorship, but it's a paid program for serious entrepreneurs. If we get a good partner, then it could be sponsored, it could be fellowships, but if not, you have to pay to learn how to do your business. So fi.co/apply/Abuja. Forward to 2 or 3 or more contacts that join us. So without much ado, we've come to the end of the program. And thank you everyone for being a part of this. And we'll convene sometime next year. Yes. So goodbye and God bless and have a good evening. So we can take photos, right? Backdrop is here.
I've been active,
Show your certificates. I mean, you work for it. Okay, founders, please show your certificates.
I get my time from my
You work for it.
With my money, in your tsunami, I want to swim away. I got some money, I'm not even someday. I'm not so I know we take off the trips, everyone talking. We take off the trips.